Don't miss another live stream. Make sure you subscribe to Tom Boley's YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button again. You're gonna wanna go down there and turn your notifications on. Then you'll be notified each time we do a live stream fishing event. Then simply enjoy hours of live stream walleye fishing content.
All right,
we're live.
Back. We're live.
I feel like you do this thing where you just sit back there not looking at me just to get like a good 10 seconds of me not talking.
Yeah, I do. Just
how many viewers are on right now?
We have 74.
Holy
people.
cow. Well, thank you guys for joining me on a beautiful or not so beautiful Sunday evening. This has been, as far as like early summer goes, the worst weather week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know, maybe it's just been 5 days, but it's just drug on. Every day has been cold, super windy, rainy, or all three. Today we are missing one of those variables, the rain. For now, it is super cloudy out, but I don't think it's supposed to rain. But like, it's supposed to get down to like 35 degrees tonight where we're at. North wind, northeast wind actually, and just cold. So is the bite gonna be trash? Is it gonna be good? I don't know. We're gonna find out together. I told Mitch right before we started this live stream, I was like, today's either gonna like, they're either going to be bitey or I feel like it's going to suck. One of those two things is going to happen. But I think I titled this something to the effect of, oh man, like go to early summer lures or something like that. Ultimate guide to early summer lures or something like that. So I got a ton of baits tied up here. I'm contemplating just like trying to catch a fish on each one, although that just might naturally happen. We'll kind of see how it goes. Search bait. That's one bait we got tied on. Drop shot, leech. Another bait I got tied on. I have a heavier search bait tied on because I'm a maniac. We got a huge entanglement of rods right off the bat. We also have 2 slip bobber rods, a jerkbait rod. There's no way I got fish on the graph. You're joking me, dude. We're in like 4 feet of water here. Little fish, yes. Anyways, we got lots of stuff rigged up. So we might just kind of start fishing, see how it goes, progress from there, and see what happens. As we were sitting here getting ready to roll live, we almost caught a loon 3 different times as he was just tracking our baits real hot. But that's kind of the plan. We're gonna probably look at some weeds, we might look at some rock, we might look shallow, we might look deep, we might look in between. But the goal is to hopefully find some fish to catch. And this spot, I'm sitting on top of a hump right now. What we're hoping here is that there's gonna be some fish showing up off this edge. I always like to go into the wind. So normally I wouldn't just put my boat in 3 feet and then look at fish in 15, but due to the way the wind's kind of laying out, that's how it is. How's the audio? How's the visual?
It's going good. I didn't see any chats coming in, so I'm like, wow, no one wants to talk tonight. And I realized we're like on a different page.
You realized it wasn't open?
Yeah, it wasn't open.
Now we got chat going?
Yep.
All right. Good man. Mitchell is on the controls, per usual. We are looking for a fish to snipe here. Probably don't need to be looking at 20 feet of screen. We had a little technical issue with the live. Is it still working good, Mitchell?
Yeah, everything's looking good. I think we're having like slight buffering issues, but that's just the way it goes.
It'll probably get better as we'll probably go to a spot where there'll be better service. So it's still a ton of this like bug hatchy stuff in the water. That has been the other theme the past week. Lots of graph clutter, lots of big wind. We have been catching a lot of fish, but we've been all over trying to do it. Show yourselves. Any good questions yet? Can you hear me talking?
Yeah, no, I can. We have one asking if we can explain our setup to stream on the boat. I'm just curious.
If we can what?
Explain our streaming setup on the boat.
So
it's a work in progress.
Yeah, it is a big time work in progress. I mean, we got some big lithium boxes powering some stuff. Mitch is on a full-on computer in the back of the boat. There's a couple of first culprits right here. The good news is kind of like how we thought it would work. It did work. We just went through like a lot of different cables and stuff, trying to kind of figure out how to make a lot of the small stuff work, because we're not very intelligent. Man, is there a lot of clutter in the water. I miss those fish big time.
Got a question on what is the best size for search bait to go with?
Most universal 3/8.
Got another question about using a mask on the deucer. That's a common one.
Yeah, I don't run a mask on it. I have put one on before. It just doesn't seem to make much of a difference to me. But
got one asking if you can kind of explain how live works and what you're seeing.
Yeah, so essentially the way live works, this is about as dirty as you'll ever see it, because there's so much like this bug hatch, really big wind, and a lot of this shallow stuff's kind of been mucking up the screen. But generally, wherever I point this beam is looking in a slice of the pie right here. And if I point it that way shallower, that way deeper, and then it's a couple of fish. You can't see them really well right now. There's weeds out there at 60 right there. And the fish may have moved a little bit. There might be one right there now. A couple up in here on the shallow side, possibly.
All right, Tom, we got a question coming in. If you're on a weed edge, 20 feet off a flat that is holding a billion 12-inch walleyes, but there are big walleyes in the lake, would you switch spots or adjust depth and just find another spot?
Yeah, I mean, I generally say, like, if you're fishing around nice walleyes, like, you're probably going to eventually catch one. But very rarely do you catch big walleyes in areas where you're just catching a million small walleyes. It does not happen this much, or that much. In fact, we were gonna film on a different lake, and then I snuck out to that lake yesterday, and I caught a bunch of fish, just nothing like real big. I mean, like we could have piled on like 30 fish in this live stream there.
Yesterday?
But, yeah,
for
sure. We went back there, but
yep.
It's hard for me to get into it if I don't have the shot of like catching a real nice one. I'll generally always try to sacrifice a little bit of numbers to catch a little bit more size.
Jeff is wondering, how far do you feel you can actually see fish?
Basin, I'll set it out to like 100, 110 sometimes, no problem seeing them. Fishing a lot of the shallower stuff, I like running at 80, 90 feet. I'm running at 90 right now. Oh, there's the school, Mitchell.
There we go. If you start fishing a new lake, what is the first bait you're throwing?
All depends on time of year. This time of year, I love fishing search baits because I can just go fast, and like, now in all likelihood, you might end up switching to something stationary, possibly like a drop shot or something. We'll see. I casted at 2 fish so far.
Yeah, I was gonna say time of year and how fast you can cover some water to figure it out.
Yeah. I gotta reposition on these fish so I can watch what's going on. Because I did not like that. I casted around those fish and did not get bit right there. But we do have just massively strange conditions right now, so I ain't making excuses.
Tom, have you used the drift mode on the new Quest yet? If so, are you gonna make a video on it?
I can make a video on it. To be honest with you, like, drifting is not really a big part of my game. A lot more like, I mean, 99% of the time I'm doing something that looks like this, where I'm like tacking into the wind. Now, I have seen people use it, like I've seen videos and stuff. I think I actually played around with it last year, and it is a really cool feature. Oh, he touched
wow.
it. He just touched it.
I might start drifting a bob around back here. The old tried and true tactic.
See, Mitch does this thing where he's like, oh, you got on some fish? I guess I'll throw a slip bobber out.
Well, I mean, you know, 2 duties at once. I'm running the camera, running the computer.
So that one bit my crawler off. He just tagged the tail end of her. Should we throw him something a little bit more finessey?
Tell the viewers who found these fish for you.
Yeah, I'd never fished this spot
Well,
before.
I mean, who found them though?
We did, yesterday was probably the first day all year. I mean, we fished for like an hour, but where we fished for an hour and didn't film anything. We literally just
it was
went
just
fishing.
like fun fishing. It was actually kind of nice. Just
It was kind of like take a kid fishing day because I just kind of watched Mitch fish.
well, Tom actually let me run the boat and I put us on fish, so I can't complain.
He did put us on something.
You know, I don't think too many guys would hop in and do it.
Say that again.
Do what I did yesterday, put us on fish.
Oh yeah.
All right, let me see if we have any questions.
So far, Mitchell, they're not biting good.
No, they're definitely not biting good. I mean, this is anticipated given that it's actually chilly out here. Like, it feels like a late September evening, not.
It does. We're gonna make it happen though. We'll piece something good together.
I bet you the old drop shot will make it happen. Eventually.
I went to the drop shot.
Well, good. That's a smart move, smart man. All right, do you
This
ever
loon's
troll?
still right here.
Do you ever troll until you see a big school, then cast or jig for them?
Yeah, I have done that.
Got one. Will I set the hook today on a bobber? I mean, if they're willing to bite it, I will definitely set the hook. That was old Marky Mark.
What did Mark say?
He asked if I'll set the hook on a bobber today.
He hasn't yet, but
No.
his wrist is getting awfully twitchy back there.
What's both of our personal best walleye lengths? You claim to know yours. I honestly don't know mine. I've never measured like any of the bigger places we've gone and caught nice fish.
And I'm not a big like
29,
measure
30,
fish guy.
somewhere in that range. Lots of 27s here in this area. Tom claims he caught a 32.
I did catch a 32. Look at all this stuff that's on the bottom this year here.
Yeah, a lot of junk.
It's like a weird mucky thing. Well, it's a little strange that I've casted a bunch of times at these fish.
Do you like Hummingbird better than Garmin? That is probably one of the most popular asked questions, I think, on all these live streams. Just got a side and down imaging on sonar Hummingbird unit also. Can I use both to target walleye?
Look at this loon.
Absolutely, that's a great tactic to use. Garmin Live and sonar and GPS and side imaging on Hummingbird. Oh my gosh, the guy lost a fish.
I lost the first one.
All right, guys, we're 13 minutes into this live stream. Who's ready to see me take controls? You guys already missed a couple fish.
Oh, I had one that bit that
have it.
didn't really bite, so I'm not counting that one. That was a missed opportunity, though.
We actually got a comment that said, saw a loon in the water next to your boat.
Yeah, he's been
He's all over the
antagonizing our area here for like 20 minutes now. Even before the live stream started, he was frolicking around.
Tom, what battery are you running for forward facing and how much continuous runtime do you get out of it?
So I've gone through multiple different kinds of batteries this year. What I need to do is just get a big lithium one in here. Right now what's in here is I have 2 big 31 groups wired parallel to run 3 graphs. These apexes suck some serious juice. And that's what I got in here right now. And I can probably get, I get a solid day out of running 3 graphs now. What I try to do, which would extend it even more, is to throw stuff on standby. Like that back graph, I'm not using it. I'll just throw it on standby as I'm like fishing up here.
10-4.
Plus, I don't want Mitch seeing what I'm doing, you know.
So, you know, you got to have every ounce up on the competition. Am I right?
Yeah.
I take friends and family fishing, and the majority of the people are inexperienced fishermen, just like Tom Boley. I use bottom bouncers and spinners with crawlers because it is simple. Our search bait's easy to use. Our search bait's easy to use.
Yeah, you can literally fish it just like a bottom bouncer if you want to.
It's a tracking depth on knowing where you're at is going to be the most
you just have to
part.
kind of create your dive curve for the baits. Like the 3/8, if you take it on a spinning rod like this and just kind of do like an average cast behind the boat, and troll around at like spinner speed 1, 2, 1, 3, you're gonna be in that like 10, 12-ish down. And you can obviously kind of extend it from there. The bigger 1/2 ounce one, or the 5/8 ounce one, that sucker will get down there deep. I mean, you can easily like put that back a cast length and you know, it'll be down in that 20-foot zone real easy, so. But yeah, essentially it's just, I mean, it's a spinner rig. It just doesn't need the bottom portion of it, right? Or it doesn't need the bottom bouncer.
Yeah, like the heavier weight. Do you ever see loons following and maybe even playing with musky baits? Never hooked one, and they seem to hang around to the boat and hang around the boat and swim with lures all the time. It's annoying. Yeah, actually, that's what's going on right now. We had one chasing the search bait around.
Yeah, I got one to chase us all over right before we started the live. Oh, dude, they're a little funky tonight. You can already tell based on how I've had fish bite. It's a little goofy. A little bit funky, and those fish just pulled right out of there pretty much. Are we in for a real long night here, Mitchell?
Tom.
Yeah.
You ever tried Ned rig?
Yeah, I have tried. Caught a lot of walleyes on Ned rigs. For some reason I don't do that good on like this lake though, on that. Now we got a good stack of them out there. So there's a lot of fish to fish through here, Mitchell. A good feeling.
And one that showed up said I'm late. What's the score? Score is 0.
Score is walleyes 1, me 0. It's not about how you start though, it's about how you finish, right? They're real froggy, just like moving around on me left to right.
You said, what about drop shot? I think you're using the drop shot.
Yeah, that's what I
right
got
now.
on it.
Yep.
Now.
Definitely a great way.
If you guys are just tuning in, we're a little concerned about how the fish might bite tonight.
Do you ever use soft plastics on the drop shot?
Yeah, I do, especially on lakes where they're real dumb.
Do you tie the search baits directly to the line or use a snap swivel?
Straight to the line. Dude, they are acting weird. Real strange.
Well, it's definitely a cold front, so.
Now, I have seen things where like you get on one spot and the fish are acting really weird, then you go to the next spot and all of a sudden like they're biting. We're gonna hope that happens. All this muck stuff's kind of mucking me up a little bit here. Is it gonna come back and bite us? We didn't go to the easy lake. No one wants to see the easy lake though.
No.
You know, what are we out here doing? Trying to film TV shows?
Yeah, seriously. Any more thought on a tournament on the Walleye Now app? Yep, I've had this idea
Mitch
for
has had this
quite a
idea
while.
for years now, and I keep talking him out of it.
For a long time. It's a lot involved in making it happen, but
We are going to do it eventually.
I'm going to make it happen. I just don't know when.
You're going to do it without telling me, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, we added the tournament thing.
Yeah. It starts tomorrow.
We got a $100,000 bill.
It's going to be more.
Well, if I make a couple more casts of these fish and they don't bite, I am not going to sit here and pester them.
What's your favorite Elliott identity rod?
One of the most universal ones, probably the one I'm throwing. It's called the Rig and Jig. It's a 7.4 medium light.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
On the search bait.
Guy wasn't going to lose that one.
We got him, boys. We got him. Oh, no. That's why it bit.
Yep.
Because it was a dumb fish.
Yep.
The dumbest fish in the lake, Mitchell. What does that say about me?
You guys pretty dumb, folks. Got one saying, when will we have a live stream bear hunt?
Bear hunt?
Yeah, not gonna happen.
No, it's not gonna happen.
I'm thinking about doing some live stream whitetail hunts, though. I'm really, really trying to figure out a system this year.
To do it?
Yeah, it's gonna be incredibly, like twice as challenging as what we're doing here on the boat. But who wants to see stuff like that? I think it would be kind of interesting. A lot of boringness going on, but
You think it would be?
but still, like if you can't make it out in the woods, what next best thing is just watching like live time. You know, the potential of what might, you know, the spike that might walk out of the bedding.
You never know.
Suspenseful stuff. Would it be like the fish donkey tournaments? I don't even know what the fish donkey tournaments are. So
They're kind of like an online app style tournament.
yeah, I mean, it'll be something like that, I suppose. But I really don't know how they.
I hosted one way back in the day, Mitchell. We're just gonna get out of control on these fish here.
Would a snap to a search bait work fine, just for like a quicker switch?
It would. You just don't need it. I'm going snap jigging right now though, boys.
What's your favorite? What's your go-to finicky walleye bait? And also, what are your favorite sunglasses for brand?
Whichever kind are about 20. Snap jigging plastics, Mitchell. Jerk Minnow Jr., baby.
I'm actually kind of surprised by that.
Hey, sometimes you just need a reaction to get it.
Yeah.
It's a nice fish too.
Might be onto something now.
All right. Said to shake the rust off with that smallmouth.
There you go.
That was a real good pot of fish out there though. Oh, smashing stuff around in the boat. All right, you guys saw it. If we don't catch another one, we at least got one. That was the first cast with the Jerk Minnow Jr.
That thing definitely just soaked the camera lens in it. No,
Did it?
No, I don't think so.
That is a 1/4 ounce Google Eye with the old Arkansas shad on there. You can see those fish were out there about 80 feet. Beauties. That's what we're after right there. He is so much warmer than the air, it's crazy.
Yeah. Is there water on the lens?
I don't know if folks at home, is there water on the lens?
Good to go. I know it's.
You guys tell us.
I know it's ultra high definition 4K.
I
But
know. Stunning clarity. We try to stream in higher quality. We're just too scared that if we go too high in the quality, then it gets real laggy, which obviously you guys would just love to see all that glitchy.
I've been stewing on changing to a tiller boat. Should I? Give me some good ideas why I should.
Do you want to catch more fish? Do you want to be a badass?
Then switch to a tiller. Man, they're hard.
Do you
to
want
beat.
more women to talk to you?
So much space, but I mean, it depends on what you do, right? I mean, if you're fishing a lot of really big water, super windy, chance to get wet all the time, windshield's pretty nice to have.
It is. I mean,
Stuff
if
we do,
you're looking at a
filming, we
big
got all
killer
this
to
gear.
fish big water, this is the one. Obviously, I don't always fish big water, but this platform, I'm so in love with it. Like,
Yep.
after the first week of fishing in this boat, I was like, this is the only boat I want to run for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it's great for taking on water. And then even my setup with the Lumacraft 205, like most water, no problems. Really wide platform, super stable, just wide open. Everybody that hops in that boat loves it. But
Until you hit a big wave.
until you hit a big wave, yeah. But you know, if you're like fishing Green Bay in all of April for those 30 days, you probably want a windshield boat.
A lot of muck on the bottom. These fish are real shifty tonight. Holy cow, tanglement. Where am I tangled? Around an eye.
Oh, he said there's a couple drops in the lens. Come on, Tom, you screwed me up. What's going on?
You know
Better
how,
clean it off.
You know
for the
how
boys
good
at
my
home.
eyes are?
What'd you do? Here, I'm gonna come in there
I
and
had a wily walleye in the boat.
get it clean. I don't know if actually I didn't see too many drops. Its quality just might be that bad. If you two would make the 23 to 26 hour drive to Idaho, would there be a live stream if there's good connection?
We're going 3/4 of the way there next week.
Yeah. And if there's a good connection, probably will go live.
Yeah, if we could stream from Montana, I mean, that'd be awesome.
What is the depth of the water we're looking in?
Those fish I'm looking at are in like 10 to 12. We're sitting in like 6 right here on top of this little hump. The fish are no longer cooperating for me.
So he's looking at a 205 Lumcraft with 200 Pro XS. That is a hell of a setup. You'd be happy with that.
It is a good setup.
No doubt about it. When do you use a loop?
Well, I always say, get whatever allows you to get out there.
Yeah. When do you use a loop knot versus a fisherman knot for lure and jigs?
Say that one more time.
When do you... Hold on, I gotta read it now. I gotta find it again. I forgot what I just said. Oh, when do you use a loop knot versus a fisherman's knot for lures and jigs?
I mean, 99% of the time I just use like a fisherman's knot on dang near everything.
What depth of water are we fishing?
Say that again?
What depth of water?
10 to 12 is basically where we're casting.
Okay.
This one's a little shallower, though it might be a bass.
Just if you guys are wondering at home, it's really hard for him and I to hear each other, so...
Yeah, you guys can hear us talking better than we can hear each other talking.
Much better.
Got him right there. This could be a bass. It was single mark, set up kind of high. I'm just waiting for the jump here. No, it is a walleye. Nice walleye. All right, all right.
Here we go.
Turn up. Is that what the kids say?
I don't know.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think they said that.
Mitchell was a big let's go guy. He was
Yeah,
always
right.
hooting and hollering let's go when I met him.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Anybody else think that's like the corniest thing ever said?
let's go. I can't even say it properly.
I know as a YouTuber, you guys are like, why does he never say let go? There we
Say
go.
a lot of things like that's super and epic and...
Super epic, crazy walleye catch, cops called.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that one. Nice walleye right there. Well, we at least got two. Two's better than one, and one's better than none. That one was on a drop shot.
Drop shot for the win.
I was talking to someone the other day, and they're like, do you always switch presentations that fast? Like, just have this many different things, like, ready to go? Not all times a year, but when you get fish, like in really deep water, right? There's only so many presentations that are gonna work, and like, if walleyes are down like 27 feet. When walleyes are in this time of year where they're down like 7 to 20, there's like a million different things that work. So you could fish a million different things. Like in the middle of summer, if fish are really deep and you're casting, like you basically have to fish something really heavy. You have to fish, if fish want something jumpy, there's only like a couple options, right? So this time of year, there's a lot of different baits that can work. So I always have a lot of different stuff kind of ready to go.
Yeah, and you kind of never know which ones are going to outproduce the others either.
Yeah, and
It's
one
kinda
thing I
any
always
given
say
day.
too is like I caught that first fish out of that school on a snapping jerky bait. That generally, the more fish you pull out of a school on that snappy jumpy stuff, the less likely they become to bite it again. Those baits are like far more like pressuring on walleyes than like a sneaky little drop shot or something like that.
Said I would turn the stream off if both of you started saying let's go.
Let's go!
All right, here's a good question since you just caught that fish on a drop shot for you. With drop shotting and you cast it out, how does I gotta look in, I can't even see. How does the hook bait suspend off the bottom, like the angle of it essentially when you pull it back in?
It all depends on how you tie your knot. You gotta start your knots facing down so that it looks like that right there, so that hook shank's perfectly perpendicular. This is a really long lead. You bass guys are probably looking like, what in the hell is he doing with a lead that long? But that's how I like it for walleyes. I like it like 30 inches long. Especially the clearer the water, the longer I'll go.
Got a guy just ordered a Tracker Targa V18 with a 150, picking it up Friday. That's
Nice,
awesome, man.
congratulations.
Yeah, it's nothing like getting a new boat. Oh, and then he followed it up and said, you guys are getting me into walleye fishing now.
Nice. Welcome to the club. Your initiation's gonna be 3 weeks of back-breaking fishing to get like one 13-inch walleye. But it'll be more fun after that.
They're just a beautiful fish.
Shelby always says walleyes were ugly, dude. I just about left her on the spot.
When a YouTuber says let's go, I immediately turn it off.
So there are some good YouTube viewers out there. I'm not gonna lie, Mitchell, that Red Bull I sucked down about 1.5 pounds of venison steak kebabs before I got here, and then piled a Red Bull on top of it on the way here because I was so exhausted. It's if I just drop dead up here, you know what it's from.
Are you talking up there?
I was talking, but
To me or to the
you, the viewers, myself,
I don't know what you said.
anyone who's willing to listen.
John said he got his first walleye using Tom's information.
Nice.
Cool. Tom, we have 7,000 viewers right now.
No, we don't.
No.
Nobody cares that much about exclusively walleye fishing.
Would that be something though? Yeah, a lot of bored
I
people.
don't know if I just casted my leech off or not.
I saw it go, but I don't think it came off. It looked like it was right in line. All right, when you're working the drop shot, are you letting it occasionally fall in place or just tight lining the whole time?
Yeah.
I find using a robo worm on the DS and letting it slowly fall on semi-slack does well.
That is the killer secret to getting bit on a drop shot. When you give someone a drop shot rod for the first time, they want to do like all this jigging stuff with it. Like you see them fishing it like this, like that's bad. That's bad. Oh yeah, especially with like, even if I'm fishing a plastic, it's like touch it a couple times and almost like semi-slack it. And that bait just kind of like has just this super slow fall just with the weight of the hook on there or salted plastic or whatever. Fish absolutely love that.
9 times out of 10, that's where your bite happens too.
Yeah, when you're slacklining. Half my leech came off.
Once in a while, I feel a good old thump on it though.
What did I catch that first walleye on? Search bait?
I think you did 1 search bait, 2 drop shot.
No, I snap jigged him.
Oh yeah, no. What was the bass on? That was a search bait, yeah.
Go see if there's any on this little bald spot up here, Mitchell. What do you think? Okay, so another thing, get asked a million times, how do we know when one of these is coming? I think some of you guys get notified if you already have notifications on, but you want to play that thing, Mitchell, just in case people are tuning in now. Because I get a million comments from people saying like, how do I know one of these is coming? I always put it out on my social media, but don't miss another live stream. Make sure you subscribe to Tom Boley's YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button again. You're gonna wanna go down there and turn your notifications on. Then you'll be notified each time we do a live stream fishing event. Then simply enjoy hours of live stream walleye fishing content. We back? We're back. If you do that, then I think you'll get notified that I'm going live. And then you can obviously tune in. Or you could be like, screw that guy, I'm not tuning in anymore. Whichever one you want, really. How many viewers we got going, Mitchell? How many viewers we got going?
306.
Ain't too bad for a Sunday. I'm anticipating there's gonna be more fish up here. Somewhere frolicking around this little weed bed. Not seeing the juice quite yet.
Said we were heading to Eagle Lake, Ontario next week. Have
What's
you guys
that?
been there? Eagle Lake, Ontario.
No,
I've
no.
not been there.
I have never
figured
been
late
there.
spring conditions.
Is it a question?
No, kind of, sort of. I'm guessing it's probably going to be a little colder water temp there, so
Yeah.
late spring, early summer.
I don't think you're gonna have too much of an issue catching them
No,
walleyes on
you'll
Eagle
catch
Lake.
fish.
On almost whatever you want to do.
What's the wind speed right now, Tommy boy?
15 to 20, gusting a little higher. Think so?
Yeah, my internal Doppler radar says it's
This is the calmest it's been all
14.7
day.
miles per hour. Yeah, this is much calmer than last time we did this a couple days ago.
Yeah, I mean, last time I did this, it was really cooking. There's some just way up in there, shallow, Mitchell. I'm on your favorite little spot of this here.
Saying, what Ontario lakes have you fished? You ever go to BWCA?
I have fished the BWCA before. Or parts of it. Never mind. I've never fished in areas you can't have a motorized vehicle. I've fished like up to the edge on a lot of lakes. Mainly ice fishing with my buddy Bo.
But you haven't fished any Ontario lakes.
What's that?
You haven't fished Ontario
No.
lakes, have you? No, I don't think so. Here's a question for you, Tom. Get your brain spinning. What's the total dollars you have invested in a boat, gear, etc., per total pounds of fish you catch per year?
Oh, you don't even want to know the math on that equation. To make it even worse, I don't even ever keep any of them. I mean, basically if you're looking at a new fiberglass 20 plus foot boat, rigged out with a fair amount of electronics on it, I mean, they're all kind of in that 100 price range now. Obviously, I have a lot of electronics on here because that's how I like to fish. But I always say, don't get caught up in just having all the who's and what's rigged up in your boat. Get out there with whatever you have to get out there with.
Yeah, here's a follow-up question from someone else. If you only had 18 to 20K for a used boat, what size and kind for inland lakes?
I would buy a 16-foot, newest kind I could, tiller.
Yeah, I agree. Lund or Lumacraft or whatever you
Yeah,
can
or
find.
get an XL. You know, if that's in that price range. That boat's like so universal too.
What's the other tiller that's like halfway decent?
I mean, all the aluminum companies kind of make one, but
Yeah.
don't worry about horsepower. Get something 4-stroke. It's gonna be super reliable. A nice Yami on there.
Yeah, but honestly, the XL, like you said, I probably would go that route.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
well-built boat.
Incredible little vessel and super universal. But yeah, something that's 16 foot, maybe 17 foot if it's in that price range.
Yeah.
40
18,
horse, 40 horse, 50 horse Yami on it.
Or a used 18-footer if you can get it in the price range would be even better.
Always err on the side of newer. So like if you got to go down a little bit in length to get something newer, more reliable, it's worth it. We might be at a situation where we have to move spots here soon, Mitchell, or right now. I do this thing in live streams where I end up fishing one spot for too long because it's kind of a lot of like connections and stuff to keep together while we're running, but I think we got the system ironed out enough. We should be able to keep it all going. There was nothing on this other side of this. Can you believe that?
I'm kind of shocked, actually.
That was kind of surprising.
Should film a video spending a week in Canada. No, the walleyes come easy, but the adventure would be worth watching. I agree. I'm all about the adventureness of some trips. I want to do like camping stuff and, you know,
You're into camping stuff?
the stuff that people want to see.
You're into camping stuff, but
No, it's like adventure.
you're more critical of crappy hotels than anyone.
The one thing we get in this life is time, Tom.
Here we go. Philosophical Mitchell from the back. Did you read that in your self-help book this morning?
Yeah. My journal.
All right, we have to move spots. Drop some comments below while we're moving, because we're gonna turn the mics off on maybe some inspirational stuff for a guy like Mitch.
Oh gosh.
You know, if a guy's going through hard times and he's...
What are you talking about? Do you have a preference on the search bait, straight hook or death hook?
Most of the time I run the straight hook on there. All right, I'm gonna mute. We're gonna move spots. We'll see you guys in less than 5 minutes. Don't miss another live stream. Make sure you subscribe to Tom Boley's YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button again. You're gonna wanna go down there and turn your notifications on. Then you'll be notified each time we do a live stream fishing event. Then simply enjoy hours of live stream walleye fishing content. All right, we're back. Thanks for those of you who stuck with us through that little run. A little bit more wind here, possibly. Big point complex. Shallow water, deep water, in between water. Hopefully some walleyes on it. Oh, right off the bat, look at that. Haven't even done anything yet and there's a fish there. Where's my baits? Everything's too tangled. Everything's all tangled up here. Lost that fish though. Did you say something to me, Mitchell?
What'd you say?
I said, did you say something to me?
Yeah, you got my camera all messed up with a droplet of water. Did you say you spotted fish right away?
Saw one floating high right away, but now I don't see him.
Got a nice little comment here. Tom, watching your live streams gives me a whole new appreciation for how much time and effort you put into making your videos.
Yeah, it is a lot. Well, I appreciate you watching. Most time, how would you say a video works, Mitchell? Do we?
He said, someone get these guys some walkie-talkies. Probably sounds like we're shouting at each other.
I know, it is brutal. You guys can hear us a lot better than we can hear each other.
It's just the way it is. There's no other way around it.
I have to get matching headsets. Oh, what I was gonna say is, how does it work most time, you think, when we're filming a video? Is it a lot of like, I mean, sometimes we will get to a place, kind of find something going, they're like, all right, let's film this bite. Other times we blindly just start the video at the boat landing. You know, it's all kind of day to day. I mean, of how many times we go out to film a video, like let's say the last 10 times we've gone out, how many times have we not gone? Once or twice?
Yeah, last time, I mean, considering the time of year, it's...
Yeah, this is kind of a pretty
easier.
steady time of year.
I'd say the best approach, though, is always just showing up.
Yeah.
Start filming just like you know, like you're gonna get it. What is your favorite presentation to use on rivers in the summer months?
Rivers, summer months?
Yep.
Kind of depends what I'm doing. I mean, obviously, like trolling crankbaits is killer. Casting crankbaits is killer. If I'm jigging like a 3/8 ounce V-rod blade bait, is always seems to be money on rivers.
How long does it take to edit the average video? Depends.
My crappy video is about 6 hours. Mitch probably, how long does it take you to edit a better one?
What'd you say for mine?
I said for mine, probably like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But the ones that you edit, how long do those take?
It depends. Sometimes, you know, say anywhere from 6 to 12 or so. Which, I mean, I think is probably pretty fast, considering like a lot of people I've talked to take a couple weeks to edit a video. Have you heard that too?
Say that again?
Like a lot of people take a couple weeks to edit a video.
Yeah.
I try to get home and just crank them out and be done.
It gets real hard to edit if you wait like 3-4 days and you film some other stuff in that meantime. Then you can't remember what happened on that day,
then
like
it's
what
like,
order it all happened in.
It's really hard to edit videos that way. I saw your spring video at Lake Erie. However, if you return this time of year, would you troll or forward face? Forward face for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I like jig fishing. It's my favorite way. Obviously, trolling works money, though. I mean, but the great thing about like real big lakes like that is you can fish however you want to fish. I'm gonna go to kind of a perchy looking search bait.
Do you like slip bobber fishing or Lindy rig more?
Say that again?
Do you like slip bobbers or Lindy rig?
Slip bobber, because I can put it right out on a fish fast. Lindy rig's more like a, granted you can cast a Lindy rig, but slip bobber you could cast it straight out to a fish and just let it sit there. I don't do a whole lot of Lindy rigging because I don't do a whole lot of presentations that revolve around casting out and letting a bait sit there. Rigging up another search bait here. I shouldn't have turned the boat off where I did. There was just not fish there really. But I figured we'd give it its honest look, you know.
Tom, if you were gonna go fish a rocky lake in Ely this weekend,
Yeah.
what's your go-to?
Rocky Lake and Ely.
Yep.
I'd definitely have a slip bobber leech system out. Probably some kind of snap jig plastic and maybe a search bait. Those tea stain lakes, like you get a lot up there. Just like that little like coppery color to the water. Fish love slip bobbers.
So a couple of questions. Have you ever fished Namacon Lake?
Amnicon?
Namacon.
Why does that sound familiar? But
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought it was misspelled at first, and then I saw the question again from somebody else. It sounds familiar, but I don't know where it is. So obviously, no, I have not fished it.
all right, we got life on the screen. My cast was pretty not good though. Yeah, in fact, my cast was completely terrible. Ooh, they're getting shifty on me, Mitchell, today. They're definitely making us work a little harder than they have recently today, but big wind switch, huge cool down. It's just kind of the reality of the situation. One real close, he ain't gonna bite though.
Are creek chubs the best walleye bait?
Creek chub is the best walleye bait?
What's that?
Creek chub is the best walleye bait?
Are they? That's the question for you.
Yeah, I mean, they are pretty good. I just rarely use them.
Have you fished
One of the other reasons is
Shelbyville, Illinois? Nope.
There's like nowhere even around here that even really carries many of them.
No, you can't.
Come on. Oh, how did you guys not eat it? Oh, they came up real good on it, and then they just didn't do it. Still one following it. Dang it. The one problem with baits that move towards you as you fish them. So you can get them to follow all the way to the boat, and then what? Because then they get real hard to catch when you're in shallow water and they're right under you. They touched it though. He came up and just put his snoot on it.
Yes, I still do guide in the Hayward area, but it's one of the weird things where I can't schedule anything, because if we're home and I'm editing and I can take a break, then I'll hop out and guide. So it's kind of like last second. As far as top lakes, doesn't really matter too much. A lot of people want to fish Chippewa Float, so it just seems like majority of people that come up here want to fish there. Got one here, Tom. Come stay at our VRBO on leech for free anytime. Just teach me how to read my hummingbird.
Ooh.
It's a good offer.
All right, we had said multiple following the search bait, no bites, we'll hit them with the old drop shot, or try to go for a slip bobber on one, Mitchell.
You're gonna throw the slippy on
I
them.
think I can cast it far.
The old float and leech.
The old leech and a float. Tale as old as time.
It sure is.
Mitchell's gonna see this go down though. He's gonna be like, oh, let me try that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I get bored just watching you do it.
I get bored when I'm not catching many.
Yeah, that too. Painful days. I do enjoy filming. I do enjoy editing and trying to make a video, but you know, still like to
The guy
catch.
likes to stretch a string.
Still like to catch fish. Yeah, yesterday I could have just ran the boat for hours,
You could have.
caught fish, and then what happened? And I think like I lost my leech, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, that's enough to make me quit. That's enough to make me quit. We got a weird situation happening where I'm pulling the fish around on that moving bait, and then they're just not. They're just like getting down in the bottom and not really presenting themselves anymore.
What's your favorite suspending jerkbait?
One I fish all the time is a shadow wrap. That wasn't even close to that fish. We could pull that out, but honestly, I just get like sick of catching fish on the same thing all the time. That has
What do you
been a
like on your
hot-
pizza?
Say that again?
What do you like on your pizza?
What do I like on my pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what don't I like on my pizza? Big pizza guy. Love my pizza. As any good fisherman would.
You know what's crazy? Lately, like, some of my favorite pizza is just plain cheese.
See, you're just getting so lame in your old age. It's
What are you
insane.
talking about? Dude, plain cheese pizza is good.
You're getting just strangely weird in your old age.
Whatever. Tom, will you do any more crappie videos on the big Chippewa?
I don't know. This doesn't really sound that fun to me right now, to be honest, but
I think it sounds like fun.
these suckers, I just can't get my bait to them.
I talked to you many years ago at the sports show in Minneapolis. You said your favorite way was pulling boards.
Used to be. I used to
Yeah.
absolutely love trolling.
Many years ago, that makes sense.
It was like the best way to catch big fish on a lot of the lakes I would fish back then.
Yeah, especially in the summer. Would there be a possibility to do a video on pulling cranks in detail?
Yeah, we'll definitely do that at some point. They're not interacting with me that well out there.
How would you fish a sand quarry?
Sand quarry? You mean like a strip mine, like quarry style lake?
I assume
Assuming.
so.
And I'd give it a good drive around, looking for any kind of structure or something like that on the lake. Be the first thing I'd do. These are some feisty little fish we got out here.
Here's a comment. I noticed a mayfly hatch happening this weekend. How does that affect the bite?
Can be poorly. It's not very rarely do I see it like, oh man, the bite's just shut down because of the mayfly hatch. I mean, some places that obviously does happen. I'm having a heck of a time getting those fish to bite, Mitchell. I'm gonna try the old jerkbait secret.
I've been visiting a Minnesota lake. A local retiree is friendly and assures me there are walleye in the lake. Should I trust him? Any tips on reading people from Minnesota?
My experience is about 1 out of 10 will tell you the truth.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
don't even know how to answer that. I mean,
Does the guy fish hardcore though? Or is he just like some older gentleman who's like, yeah, they catch walleyes
I mean,
in
you got to
there."
see the best in people, right? So you got
I
to
agree with
take
you.
his word. You got to see if the guy's right, and if it proves you wrong, then you know.
Now I got a fat stack out here, Mitchell. It's just so windy, it's been hard to...
Tom, how would you get walleyes to bite in major mayfly hatch? Yesterday I had nice walleyes under the boat constantly, never got one to bite.
A lot of leech stuff. Sometimes they do just get real weird though. Staring.
You ever fish the Minong Flowage?
No, I always wanted to go there.
Yeah, I don't.
Just to
I
see what it's
haven't
all
either.
about, you know. Look at that stack. We had one sniffer come up and look, and that was it out of that whole stack of fish. Here they come. You guys kidding me? There he is. Wow. That one when he... Oh my gosh, dude. You ever feel like you're just not fishing good?
Yeah, that's the worst. Like, that's the worst on a guide trip when you're just
And then
like...
the bait came back and stuck in the rope on top of it.
Yeah, that is the worst.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna try to keep up with these questions back here tonight, but it's gonna be tough. So, you ever fish Kitchie Lake in Minnesota?
No, never even heard
I
of
think
it.
so. When researching new lakes on fish, what kind of density range of adult fish would you consider worth fishing? Additionally, is there an easier way to sort those lakes, or just read each lake report?
I don't think there's any easier way to do it. One adult fish per acre is plenty fishable.
Yeah, I'd say so. Anything over that, you start seeing like 2, 3, and then
No, your good ones will be 3.
yeah,
you're like
3,
your
4
real
is, like,
banger lakes.
outstanding.
When you start getting to like 5, 6, that's a lot of times like lots of small fish.
Do you ever use scents on your plastics or cranks? If so, what brand and which scent?
Yeah, I will put some scent on my stuff. Plastics, I'll just spray it like a lot of times right into the bag that the plastics come in, and I'll just leave it in there. One that I always keep around is just like a Gulp, like Shiner scent or something like that.
So we got a question. I've caught walleye trolling but can't seem to locate them to jig for them. Any advice to locate no weed beds in this lake?
Yeah, are they like completely random, or is it like there's like, oh, you troll through one area and every time you go through there you get a bite?
You got barbecue chicken pizza. Dude, those barbecue chicken pizza is pretty good.
Yeah, I don't mind it. That wouldn't be like my top
It's not
3 or
not the
anything.
go-to, but it's pretty good though. It's always like that surprising one. It's like, you know, when you've eaten pizza for 27 days.
My
straight.
all-time favorite is it's gonna either gross some of you guys out or some of you guys are gonna get it. Pepperoni, jalapeno, green olive.
No, that's really good.
Yeah,
And my second to that would be pepperoni pineapple.
that is for sure.
So
like,
Mitch, make some more scouting videos this summer. Love the hunting vids. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I do need to make more scouting videos. It's so hard doing this all the time, but I do need to get on it. You still owe us a cane pole and spider rig crappie video.
Do I? I owe it to you guys to do that one? I cannot believe I lost that fish and then the whole school moved. You can tell they're very like fickle today because every time I get on a pod, they're just gone like pretty much right away.
The live holder that we're using is TKI CNC.
It is linked in the description of this live video.
Google it, call her, ask for Tom.
Tom is the man.
He's the man.
Oh my gosh, dude, I'm losing them.
Oh.
I was right away on the search bait. What is going on tonight?
Like I said, if you need a professional,
Look at them all out there.
just shout back 20 feet. Dude, I do have to take a cast of these fish, though. This is ridiculous. Where's the old drop shot? Is this it right here?
Hang on, let me.
I'll let you do your thing. I'm just gonna get ready.
Yep, there we go. I was just gonna say, there's just no way. This fish is overdue. Now I'm mad at him.
Uh-oh.
See, Mitch is gonna try this weird cake. You didn't make it quite to him there, Mitchell.
What's that?
He's just got to wet a line.
I have to.
The tug is the drug
I
for
have
this
to.
guy. You can get in there on that action. I'm gonna need all the help I can get tonight. This is a nice fish though. Oh, we're doubled up. We're doubled up.
First cast.
I think this is a pretty good fish here.
Oh yeah. Do you want the net?
I got him. Oh yeah, that's a donkey.
Oh yeah, that's a stud.
It's a donkey. Is it a school of goodens?
I don't think mine is that big.
I don't know. Yours is getting bigger though.
But it is.
Now I'm gonna have to listen to the rest of it. I stood up and took one cast and I caught one.
That's right, guys. That's right. You know it though. You guys know it. You watch
Oh, that's a nice net full of fish.
You know who's the big fish slayer?
Yeah, but now hold up your fish and
Except
I'll hold up my fish.
Mine is smaller. This one, I will say that it's smaller.
See, you fish around all those pods and then you make 2 casts and 20 seconds into this one and they bite. I caught mine on a search bait.
I got mine on the old drop shot and leech.
It's a real nice fish for this lake.
There we go. Yeah, that's a tank. There's a size difference there. This is probably 18 and a half, 19, and that's what's the difference though?
24 and a half.
24, yeah. Good fish.
Oh, we did it. All right, baby, we're on them. We're on them. I got such a big mess going on up here right now, but I don't care. I'm gonna chuck this slip bobber out as far as I can. Not big on how that landed out there, but there's a chance. Now we just need to see one start coming up. Oh, here we go, here we go. Come on, eat it, eat it. How did you not eat it?
No?
They sure are looking at it hard.
Should I take a second cast and try again?
You can chuck it out there. I mean, maybe they just want that drop shot more than they want the slip bobber.
Oh, that's what it is?
I got a big bow in my line right now, though, too. So.
You got all sorts of things in this boat right now, guys.
Yeah, I know. I turned the front of the boat into a disaster real fast.
It's pretty crazy.
I'm going back to the search bait. That's way more fun to fish. My
guy actually cleaned his live well.
Dude, I did. I was on the Mississippi River and I kept pumping water in there for some minnows I had in there at that time. And if you didn't know this, the Mississippi River is pretty muddy right now. How's our questions moderator?
Looking. Would you ever move the forward-facing pole to the stern and fish from there?
River fishing, like wing dams, current seams.
That's how we started fishing in these boats.
Yeah, it is way more valuable off the bow.
Yeah, it really is. Yesterday was kind of the first day where I just ran Tom's boat and he sat in the back. And it was like this weird adjustment. When you fish out of the back all the time, you get so used to it. But I will say the difference is actually pretty crazy. Like, just the way you can work the boat, how much faster you can be when you work in the wind, how you can spin the bow around, how you can stay on the fish. It's just a game changer.
Couple little rascals out here. I did not make a great cast.
Are walleye your favorite fish to catch, Tom?
Hands down. Oh, eat it, dude. You got all over it.
What would you say is your second favorite fish?
Lake trout, which I've taken a long hiatus from fishing for.
Yeah, I almost forgot about lake trout. Where does muskie rank on that list?
6th or 7th. Behind
6 or 7.
Behind gar and catfish.
Dude, catfish are fun. Growing up, I used to go to the river all the time and get some liver from Whiskey Ridge. If they had it, cut it up and
big catfish guy.
Let it bake out in the sun. Yeah, dude, it was fun.
All right, putting it together. That bite was so soft, you guys. You'll get bites on the search bait where they just bite it coming at you. That's exactly what this one did. They'll just kind of bite it, and it's almost like you're just getting like weeds, like loading your rod tip when they're not really smoking it. And then we filmed a video, which I think we're gonna post on Wednesday, where the bites, we were catching them on the big search bait in some deeper water, and the bites were just like whack. I mean, just big, like thudding. Clearly the fish were bitey and they had never seen the search bait before or been fished like that, one of the two. But there we go, we're on some biters now.
Nice.
Mitchell should catch another one out there. He's
I just
tied up on a weed right now.
I finally took my second cast. I was tangled up in this crankbait that you have just.
Dude, I got so much stuff
here.
sitting here. It's outrageous.
I don't know if I made a good cast though. I might strike out.
What's that?
I might strike out on this cast. I don't know if it was very good.
Well, yeah. You can always make another cast.
It happens.
That's what I always say.
Happens to even us professionals.
Maybe the corniest thing you've ever said.
I know. That's why I said it.
If you guys are just tuning in, it is a very cold, windy day in Wisconsin.
Freezing.
And the fish are relatively hesitant. I think we've caught 5 walleyes now. One pretty nice one. I caught a fish on a drop shot. Did I catch a walleye on a drop shot though? You're looking like you got one.
No. I think so. I caught a walleye on a drop shot.
We caught a walleye on a drop shot. We caught one snap jigging. We've caught multiple on search baits now. This might be the longest night crawler I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that thing's insane.
Should I just cast the whole thing out there like that?
Might as
So
well.
basically, when you're rigging these things up, I will fish them real long in the summer for big fish, but I'll always, I mean, that's a little ridiculous right there, but I'll put a stinger on there, but most of the time, like, just about like that right there is how I like to fish it. Don't need much on there, just enough to kind of let it twirl, maybe an inch longer than the hook.
Got a question if you've ever done Wisconsin fishing.
Have I ever fished in Wisconsin? Who asked it? It's not like one of our buddies.
I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I pretty much, well, I grew up in Wisconsin. A lot of the videos. Mitchell stands off camera in case he swings on one and it's not a fish, then he doesn't get embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed. Just swing and miss. No, I'm trying to stand back here and answer questions. Or ask them. Do you ever troll with the search bait?
Yeah. It actually works really good.
Do you ever dead stick over the side in deeper water?
I do not do that too often.
Can you explain boat positioning when fishing a weed edge with forward facing? Are you casting into the weeds or parallel just outside the edge?
So the thing with forward facing is you can almost disregard everything about, like, what's the spot look like a lot of times. It's just literally all about where there's fish. So if possible, if you can work a spot going into the wind, I prefer to do that. Because then you can like stop on a dime and fish for fish that are out in front of you, where it's, especially if you're forward facing, like off the front of your boat. Man, that one tracked it a long ways. The forward facing's off the front of your boat. You don't want to like be casting backwards all the time.
Oh man,
should be another nice fish. He was kind of way out there.
Do lake trout even fight? They fight like hell.
Walleyes don't even fight?
No, Lakers.
Oh yeah, they do. It's another nice fish here. This walleye's fighting like hell.
Yeah, they put up quite the fight. Actually, it's super cool when you're trolling them deep. They'll pin down so deep.
Yeah.
Like literally vertical off the back of the boat.
And then big ones, they just can never get them up.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, we're getting it together now.
Nice.
Spot number 2's producing.
Nice. Where are they? Point me in the right direction.
So that fish, there was a single one out there, and he was on the back side of that stack of bait. And you could see the second my bait got around him, he like popped up high off bottom. And a lot of times what I'll do is just kill the search bait, kind of let it stall, and you watch that fish kind of dip back down, then I'll burst it away from him, and that's exactly what happened right there. I mean, they're not really biting that bad.
No, it's not too bad.
They're definitely not like, oh, just put a bait around them and it's game on. It's not like that at all, but they are biting.
First spot was a little slower.
Yeah, well, you picked that one, so I'm not surprised that spot was slower.
All right.
All right, should we try to snap jig one, or is that just getting out of control?
Try it.
Sometimes I honestly get bored of fishing a certain way.
No, you don't.
I do. Like, there's certain presentations where I'm always like, oh, I'd hate doing that. There's a couple of little rascals way up in there. Move. Yeah, okay.
Is there anything you don't like about fishing?
No. I mean, no.
Any advice for walleye in Green Bay in June through August?
I actually don't know a lot about Green Bay in the summertime, outside of the fact that I know, like, come midsummer, a lot of guys are like running way north looking for the bigger fish, and like a lot of times, like those main shoals, like around lower down in the bay, or those mud flats, I think a lot of guys catch a lot more like just regular sized fish. But obviously you can catch a really big walleye anywhere in Green Bay at any time. But the way it's set up, I mean, I would have no doubt you could get on a very easy trolling pattern out there at almost any time of year, where you could just be dealing with catching a lot of numbers of fish.
Have you ever been to a Zorbaz in Minnesota?
It's that restaurant resort thing, right?
I don't know. I haven't been there.
I swear we went. Is there one in Detroit Lakes, right on the lake? Because I think we might have gone to one, Mitchell.
Us?
Not in the summer, in the winter time, maybe.
Have you ever fished in Iowa, and where? Not yet.
No, we almost made a trip to Iowa this spring.
Do you think northern pike stink? Stink, yep.
They do if you like leave them in a live well in August.
Are you using slow death or straight hook on the search bait?
Straight hook.
When would you use one over the other?
I honestly prefer, the more I fish it, the more I just like fishing the straight shank.
Do you ever use the follow the contour option on the Hummingbird?
I don't. I get on the trolling motor and I just haul ass basically until I see something that looks like this.
Are you running Pissy Fun Carbon X 2000 or 1000?
2000. In fact, I only use the 1000 for ice fishing. The 2000 and the 3000 are the size I use on everything.
If you had to fish only one presentation for walleyes the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, something big and snappy.
That's what
or
you'd
something
pick?
like the search bait that can just catch a fish all year long.
Please start guiding again.
Negative.
I'll guide you, Chad.
There's a bunch way out there.
Who do you dislike more, ski boats or jet skis? Jet skis by far. They just come ripping around 10 feet away.
Yeah, probably jet skis. All right, I got a ton of way out here.
There's a big, deep, 100+ foot crystal clear lake with whitefish in northeast of Wisconsin I'd like to fish.
Oh, we might have been there on Tuesday.
I think I know what we're just talking about.
We might have filmed a video there.
Yeah, but I just can't pin down the bigger eyes. Where would I start?
So we might have a whole video coming from, I mean, there's a bunch of lakes like that, but on a lake just like that we filmed. And it was a lake that I had not been to in a while. I was dying to get back there.
Yeah.
Because since I hadn't been there in like half a decade basically, but a lot of the stuff I've learned, I was like, man, dude, all those big walleyes got to be in that location. And then we got there and they were. And that location is not on structure. They'll be relating to structure, but not on it. And that was exactly where we caught a whole ton of them.
Really nice ones too.
Yeah, super nice.
The old camera guy finally made an appearance, catching a couple in the video too.
He did. Oh my God.
Looking
I
like
don't
he
think
just
that was
crawled out
walleye.
of a rock 20 years.
I look like that?
No, me.
Oh yeah.
Did you miss one again?
It honestly didn't feel like a walleye. There's a ton of fish back there. A literal ton of fish in there.
A metric ton. I swung it.
Mitchell just did a swing
Oh,
swing
no.
that he thought he had a.
Guys, I wasn't on camera, but
He thought he had a 5-pounder that punched a jig under the dock.
Dude, I ripped at that one. I missed it.
He was ready to go on the bass tour. After
Yeah,
that.
I was about to put in for my pro card.
Where'd this big pile of them go here?
How many eyes did you get yesterday?
What's that?
How many walleyes did you get yesterday?
Oh, we fished for like an hour, and Mitch caught one, and I caught 1 or 2, and then we left or something.
Did you catch 2?
Oh no, I did fish before you got out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you only caught 1 when we were out too, by the way.
I went to a different lake I thought we were gonna live stream on. I made one pass like down a piece of structure and caught like.
Do you think Simms gear is any better than Shields brands?
I can tell you Simms is about the highest quality
I mean,
outerwear you're ever gonna have.
Simms is pretty good. I will say though, I was sponsored by Shields last year for hunting stuff, and like, stuff is cheap, so you'd think that it might not be good quality, but it actually is. It's pretty damn nice for the price. I don't think you can beat it. Someone said they heard that hook set from me. I really swung into
I felt the air move from way back there.
Yeah. Have you ever fished Cass Lake? I think you have,
Yes.
right?
It's been a while since I filmed there though.
When do you grab the glide baits?
Glide baits?
Yep.
We probably will soon on a lot of lakes once fish start crawling out a little deeper. A lot of the lakes I've been fishing, fish haven't been real on, like real jumpy, like snappy bottom stuff.
What do you think of pontoon fishing?
Have never really done it, honestly.
What time of summer do the big mamas hang out suspended in the basin?
All times, periodically. When is the best time? Probably late July, August.
Yeah, especially on like those calm sunny days.
Should get one here.
Tom, will you be a Bears fan this season?
Negative.
Why?
I'm also not even a football fan, so
What's that?
I also like don't even watch football. So
I was asking the question,
no, I won't.
so I already know that. You were getting into it last year though, because it's the only thing I talk about.
I'll get all riled up if like a bunch of people are watching a game. All of a sudden, I'll become a huge football fan simultaneously.
Yeah. There's nothing worse. I will say this. There's nothing worse than the guy who just doesn't watch football and tries to pipe up and talk about football.
So
know
you
what
get
I mean?
mad that I enjoy a sport that you like to watch? Just
No, I'm not
because-
mad, but you know what I'm saying.
No,
though.
you
It's
are.
just like-
You are mad about it.
You said, whatever. I'm mad about it.
I'm struggling to get these ones to bite here. Might need some Mitch drop shot magic.
Oh, I just dropped it in right by you.
You dropped in way out there by me?
No, I couldn't make it that far.
Kind of funny how like one pot of fish, you'll get 2 or 3 of them out, and the next one you
Yep.
just watch them.
They watch their buddy get caught and they're like, yeah, I'm not falling for that.
Right on top of them.
Tying the MEPS number 5. Let's see some action.
I don't even know if we got the old number 5 in the boat right now.
What boat shoes do you recommend for harsh conditions?
Generally a rubber boot. I wear these Simms like ankle high boots. I like these ones, but
Do you think loose poles are garbage or all right poles?
never used one.
Yeah, I don't know either.
All right, I got to change something up here on these fish.
All right, here you go, Tom. If you had to take a Packers or Bears player fishing, where would you take the Packer and where would you take the Bear?
Oh, where would I take them? I'd probably take the Packers player to like Fort Peck or something.
You do what?
Bears player, we'd probably fish the Illinois River.
What? Where would you take the Packers player?
Peck.
Yeah, shut up.
Fort Peck.
Fort Peck. I wouldn't even take the Packers player fishing. There's not a chance this leech is going to catch that fish, though, so.
Come up and do it.
Mitch, what is your channel called? It's my name, Mitch Bix, B-I-K-S. But it's kind of hard to find, though, as we found out a couple live streams ago. Some mountain bike dude pops up. Does it matter if I have my Hummingbird hooked up to the same battery as my trolling motor?
I mean, only if you have issues with one or the other dying.
Tom, can I
I can't believe I missed that fish.
What's that? Oh. Can I target big fish out suspended in the basin with the search bait? Yes, that is like literally the best way to do it.
Yeah. That, or once you get into the middle of summer, start throwing like big heavy glide baits or real big jigs and plastics at them, ripping them really hard.
We just caught 3 walleye from Mille Lacs Lake. Have you ever fished here?
Mille Lacs, yeah. Many a time.
What's your go-to knot?
I mean, clinch knot, braid, Palomar, line to line, uni knot, or an FG knot, or FJ knot, or whatever the heck it's called.
What is all the clutter that's showing in the left of the Mega Live screen?
It's a crazy amount of like bug hatch stuff that's just been happening everywhere this week.
Yep. Are you heading to Lake Vermilion again this year to film?
Yes, we are. In fact, I gotta call a guy about that soon. There's a nice one off the edge.
Do you find lakes with Cisco have walleye suspended more off structure over the basin?
Yes. Lakes that have pelagic or pelagic bait or whatever fish that roams basin, you're going to see a much higher likelihood of those lakes having a basin bite. However, in my experience, I do believe walleyes in nearly every lake use, especially bigger ones, will use suspended open water stuff.
Are you done with live minnows until the fall?
Pretty much. I mean, there's always stuff you can do with them, but generally if I don't have to buy minnows, I try not to buy minnows.
The $1 million
In fact, this
question.
year it's kind of crazy. We only fished live minnows on one video all year so far.
I know, yeah. It's kind of weird. Will we do live streams this winter?
Yeah. I think live streams are going to be a big part of our content going forward.
But we'll do it. Have you fished for walleye in Arkansas?
Never have. It's always been like on our radar to do though.
If you can only fish one color search bait, what would it be?
Something purple or something perchy. Dude, I gotta get bit here. I gotta get one to do it.
Surprised that Cameron's not in the chat tonight.
I know.
What are you doing, Cameron? Miss you. How do you target the suspended open water walleyes, not including trolling?
Casting on live is one big way I'll do it.
Have you ever fished LCO or Whitefish Lake?
I have before.
Any plans to come to the Madison chain?
Honestly, I make plans to go a lot of places and you just either like run out of time or you have a week like this where it's just like, it was all we could just to spend the amount of time on the water that we spent on the water this week with all the weather moving around. come to daddy. Look at those.
Tom, was it tough to stay friends with me after you learned that I liked Subway's tuna sandwich?
Honestly, it's never really been the same between us.
No, dude. Everybody don't knock it until you try it.
I don't know. The last time you asked that on a live chat, it was a pretty resounding no, I would never eat that.
Well, you guys are missing out. You guys are missing out. Now that you say it, you know what I'm gonna grab on the way home tonight?
Why didn't you come over for venison kebabs last night? I just had the grill just
had my
rocking.
own dinner to make and eat.
What, a tuna sandwich from Subway?
No. But I might get one tonight just to piss everybody off. All right, I just dropped on them, so just don't tangle up with me.
Holy cow, dude. I just got to get a bait out to him. Where is my search bait? Very surprised I did not get one of those to go.
How many fish have we got so far, though? It's been like 4 or 5 on this spot. Couple on the first spot. I mean, that's not bad.
No, we got some real weird conditions today.
Missing out on food poison. Well, I'll tell you what, if I get food poisoning from tuna sub at Subway, I'll never eat it again.
Surprised you haven't already.
What's that?
Maybe that's why you always drool out of the left side of your mouth, though, and you have that one lazy eye.
Yeah, could be. Lots of Oneida Lake talk again.
Really? You must just have a loyal New York following.
It must be really good. On catch and cook, do you always use a full stick of butter?
No, I mean, not all the time, but if you're gonna do a little catch and cook over a fire, it's almost like a sin to not just do a nice buttery mix.
How many days do we spend on the water?
A lot of weeks, 7.
About what?
A lot of weeks, it's 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Give me my drop shot. I'm sick of you watching you flounder around back here.
I've only took like 4 casts. Would you be interested in fishing any non-destination walleye lakes in Minnesota? I know you'd like to grind it out on some smaller walleye lakes. There's quite a few in the Leech Lake area.
Yeah, that's another one of those things, like, there's just honestly not enough time to do everything. We do honestly try to make a good mix of, like, content from a flowage, content from a river, content from a reservoir, content from deep natural lake. Sometimes travel or weather just doesn't allow us to, like, do all the plans we want to do. But we are very aware that, like, we want to always have, like, a nice mix of content. Not just like, oh, here we are back at the place we filmed yesterday, you know, see what happens today.
There's a couple of river ones. How would you fish walleyes on a small river this time of year? And then I can't find it. Are we gonna do any small river with the riverboat? Yes.
Yes.
That is coming. But how would you fish small river this time of year?
With how much current we have from all the rain, I'd be trying to get out of a lot of current.
Yep.
That would be a big part of what you're trying to do. Crazy, dude. Some of these pods, I mean, I can't get bit out of here.
Dude, we finally got a comment. Subway tuna is slept on. I agree so much.
Sounds like you just met your new
I mean,
best.
I know it's some fake BS, but it's so damn good.
Sounds like you got a new friend there, Mitchell.
The last time I ate at Subway, I got a normal sandwich. The guy before me ordered tuna. They didn't clean the knife between sandwiches, and there was tuna residue. I threw it out and haven't been back. Damn.
Sounds like you got the tuna as well then, my man.
He said he threw it out. When I hear Oneida, I always think of Oneida County Lake in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know.
Any plans to film from the John boat? Yep, definitely will.
Say that again, John boat something?
Yep. When searching for suspended basin walleye, do you first find typical walleye structure, then slide off of it into the basin and search with Meg Live?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into basin fish. Basin fishing is one of my favorite things to do. In fact, like, I'll know that there's like bites in other parts of the lake, and I'll sacrifice all my time just to do a basin bite because I love it so much. And one thing you realize when you're fishing basin fish, they will act totally different than a fish on structure. It's like two very different creatures. You can have fish on structure that, let's say, they're like real unbitey, and then you can have basin fish that are just like suicidal. It's very interesting to kind of watch how different fish can be just based on where they are, even in the same lake. That's something we see over and over and over again. But how do you start looking for them? A lot of different little things. Some of it can just be get around good walleye structure and then start looking out off the edge.
Would suspended basin walleye show up well on side imaging?
If you got a pretty clean bottom, yeah.
What restaurant does Hayward desperately need? Not something.
We always said a Buffalo Wild Wings.
I was gonna say B-dubs. That's the first thing that comes to my mind too.
Does our little town of 2,000 people have enough wintertime business to support a Buffalo Wild Wings? I don't know. I mean, maybe from me alone it might, but
yeah, there's not a lot of options. Do you believe that walleyes in a natural lake move a lot?
yeah.
A spot could be good one day and not the next.
Walleyes everywhere move a lot. I always said it's real unfortunate they got fins, or they'd be a lot easier to catch.
Once at Jersey Mike's. Actually, that's
Jersey
not
Mike's
Jersey
is
Mike's, but
bomb.
what's my favorite place?
What's that?
Jimmy John's. I would kill for
Jimmy John's is overrated. Jersey Mike's is good.
I haven't been to a Jersey Mike's. I know you said that. I'm sure it's good, but I like Jimmy John's too.
Every time you go into a Jersey Mike's, it's like there's a party going on in there. You're like, oh, what's the occasion? And they're like, I don't know, this is just every day it's a party like this in here. People yelling,
See, that doesn't even sound
people
fun at all.
high-fiving.
People yelling, trying to make a sub.
Say that again?
That doesn't sound fun at all to go
What?
into.
To a party?
Yeah. No.
The subs
Trying
are
to get a
worth it,
sub?
Mitchell.
What cameras hold up better in summer and winter filming shows? That is a great
None of
question.
them really that good.
What's that?
None of them really hold up that good.
No, that's the thing. In winter, it's damn near impossible. Do you have any tips for man-made lakes?
Like a reservoir?
Oh, firehouse subs, dude. Yeah, I used to, when I was in the Navy, I used to
Yeah, I
go to
wasn't big
firehouse
on
subs like
firehouse
every
subs.
weekend. But then I went to one around here in Wisconsin and it sucked.
Is it possible that your palate changed?
Could have been.
You just matured?
Could've, yeah.
You're more of a tuna sub guy now?
More what?
Tuna sub kind of guy now?
How many of my questions are distracting you from catching fish? None
Oh.
at all, actually.
Actually,
No excuses.
no
Excuses in this
we,
boat.
we need to move spots though, because for whatever reason, like right when we got here, those fish were a little froggy. And
Dude, so we got a comment. Jersey Mike's is the most basic sub. So you're wrong, Tom.
I-
Dude, Quiznos. Remember Quiznos? Quiznos was amazing.
I was never.
It was a long time since
Quiznos?
I've had it, but whatever I got was pretty damn good.
Oh,
I've always associated walleye with a snaggy bottom nastiness. How high in the water column are you looking for suspended basin fish?
yeah. So one of the biggest things you learn when you start walleye fishing a lot more is that walleyes are not a bottom fish. Even most of the time, I would say. A lot of times they're higher than you think they would be off the bottom.
What's honestly worse for walleye population? Uncle Rex and Bobby keeping multiple limits, or the spring spearing?
Definitely a guy who's just keeping his limit all the time.
What's that?
Definitely someone just going out and keeping their limit all the
Yeah,
time.
I mean
if that's what you're
spearing.
talking about.
That I mean, they'd spear a lot too. What do
we're
you
just
use
in-
for terminal tackle, and when do you use terminal tackle, or do you tie most things on straight on the line?
I tie most stuff straight on. Oh, I just can't get bit now.
Thoughts on Mexican food? Mexican food is awesome. You like Mexican food, don't you?
Yeah, I love spicy food.
Hell yeah.
I love spicy food.
I will unofficially pay off your boat if you make the drive to Oneida. But I will officially buy you a beer.
Oh, there you go.
Do you ever fish frog imitating baits for walleye in the fall?
I have never done that. Although I know where you're going with that question about the whole frog thing going on. Well, we rolled up here. It was kind of okay. Now it's not good.
We had a question a little while back. What is the current depth?
We're sitting in 10-12 here. Looking at weeds, looking at a ton of bait fish. Looking at a few walleyes meandering around in it that we're not currently biting.
For deeper lakes, what would you use for fish 50 feet down suspended, 10 feet off the bottom?
Sounds like a hyper rattle situation.
Yeah, it also sounds like it'd kill everyone. Does Tom know who Clayton Schick is? He's the Canadian version. Yes.
Say that again?
Clayton.
Oh, Clayton one of these
Yep.
days.
If I was headed to Hayward to catch walleyes, what lake would you recommend?
Honestly, they all got walleyes in.
I'd recommend going to Minnesota.
Yeah. Minnesota is a lot better.
Find another spot. This one is dead.
Yeah, it sure is. You sure are right. Still fish
trolling-
around there,
when
obviously just
trolling
not
cranks.
biting. We're gonna do one little scour out here, and then we're gonna move.
Tom, when trolling cranks braided line, using leader to tie to braided.
I like pulling mono when I'm fishing, or when I'm trolling.
On a natural lake, would you start looking on rocks, weeds, or deep water?
Honestly, they're all in play. Oh, of course, I tangled my jerkbait.
Are you telling folks what lake or county you're currently fishing?
No, we don't. If we're on lake like that's not a 100,000+ acre destination lake, we just don't do that, obviously, out of respect for the lake. Now, if we're on like, oh, we're on Lake of the Woods today, you know, like that's, you know, everybody already knows that Lake of the Woods has walleyes, a good walleye fishing, right?
Every
All right,
fish
Mitchell, we're on the move.
Grindstone Lake.
We got to get out of here. The
All right.
spot is dead.
That's what I said an hour ago.
I got to go find some fresh ones. Got to find some fresh ones.
I hear you, sister.
Before we move, what do you guys want to see? A spot that I haven't fished this year? Or I fished once 3 weeks ago? Or do you guys want to see a spot where like I know there's a bunch? I hope you guys, please challenge me. Don't just say like, go where you know there's a bunch.
I don't think anybody wants you to go where there's a bunch. I truly think that everyone wants to see I think people like to
There's
see the
one
challenge.
spot out here that each time I've gone there, it's been just absolutely loaded with walleyes. We haven't gone there yet today. But let's go to the hard spot. Screw it, right? Who cares about catching 15 fish back to back? Look at this. This is the other side of that front. That's gonna drop us down to 35 degrees tonight.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be glass
crazy.
calm tomorrow.
So we got a lot of, so everything's coming in, new spot, new spot, new spot. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
All right, we're going to a new spot
Challenging
then. We don't take the easy route around here. That's how we roll.
New spot neither of us have fished.
There's not a spot like that on this lake.
I don't think so either, but.
All right, we're gonna mute up so you guys don't get a ton of wind noise. We'll see you there. Don't miss another live stream. Make sure you subscribe to Tom Boley's YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button again. You're you're gonna wanna go down there and turn your notifications on. Then you'll be notified each time we do a live stream fishing event. Then simply enjoy hours of live stream walleye fishing content. All right, thank you guys for sticking with us through that long run. Now, if you guys led me astray by saying, come to this spot and there's not any fish here, that's on you guys, that's not on me. Get it rocking and rolling here. This spot's more of a hump. It's not shoreline related like the other spots we looked at. We'll see.
Do you have a prediction?
Do I have a prediction?
Yep.
We're gonna catch 2 here. 3 here.
What'd you say?
We're gonna catch 3 here.
3?
Yep.
Alrighty.
What's your prediction, Mitchell?
Well, you know,
Think a brother can get it done up here?
I would say if they are indeed here in this location, 5 or 6.
Some here. I'm just worried there might be like a lot of bass here though.
Any reason you don't use an auto self-deploy stow trolling motor? I could probably answer that one because I've had it on my boat and I literally burnt through, I think, 3 in one summer. They just
You
don't
burned through
hold
that
up.
many?
What's that?
Was that like the first version of them?
No, definitely not. That was just 4 years ago.
I don't know. Also, I do a lot of fishing when it's like below freezing out. And I know sometimes those auto deploy ones will have issues when it's that cold out. Can you double tap my power button on the graph?
Yep. Gotta have peppercini peppers on that too. So I agree that jalapenos. How old are you guys?
Did anybody believe that Mitch was 53?
Not a chance. Nobody believed that.
One guy did.
No way. No way. What was your first boat and motor that was on it?
Oh man, my first boat ever. It was a Tuffy E-Sox, the smaller version of it, not the bigger size. It was, I think it's just like 16 feet, and it had a 2-stroke Merc on it with the oil reservoir in the motor, tiller obviously. And man, did we beat on that boat. I remember I bought it for like $4,200 maybe. This would have been in like 2010. And I remember I fished out of it for a couple years. This was back when the graphs that just came out, I put a Lowrance HDS 5 on it. And I put a couple of rod holders on it. And I sold it for $5,600 like 3 years later.
So said, as someone who just bought an Altera, that hurts.
Say that again?
Someone who bought an Altera said that hurts, but I've talked to quite a few people, even some guides that run them and haven't had issues, so it could have just been me. I will say, though, they are really convenient to have.
Here comes our friend the wind again, Mitchell. A lot of bait fish on top of this little sucker. Come on, feed me that big one out there off the edge.
What's your favorite braided line that you like to use?
I put suffix 832 on a lot of line, or a lot of rods. Man, dude, I just cannot believe I didn't get those fish to bite. Say that again. Man, I am shocked I couldn't get that pot of fish to bite. I wonder if it's just a little window here and then it gets really slow again.
What's your favorite trolling bait?
Say that again?
What's your favorite trolling bait?
Trolling bait?
Yeah.
Oh, favorite one ever? Gosh. It's a hard question. I mean, there's just a lot of
I'd say
crankbaits.
slow death rig.
What's that?
Slow death.
Yeah, I was thinking more like crankbaits.
Crankbaits? As your favorite?
Which crankbait's my favorite?
Mm.
I mean, I can tell you my least favorite kind of trolling, and that's definitely trolling spinners. It's just so slow and...
Yeah, now, maybe now, but like 4 years ago, that would not have been your answer.
Crank's still my favorite way to
Especially
fish.
in the summertime, that's the go-to.
You give me one way to troll, it'd be pulling cranks.
Yeah, now. I agree now. Come to Oneida Lake, lots of that. Must be interesting.
Say that again?
Oneida Lake, just lots of stuff.
Lots of
comes in
banter
and,
about Oneida Lake.
What brand leader material do you prefer?
Say that again?
What brand leader material?
That I'm not as picky on. Ones I've had good luck with are Seeger or Suffix, like 100% performance fluorocarbon, whatever the heck it's called. Right on top of his dome. This is by far, for what I've seen on the graph, the slowest live we've done. I mean, the graph looks like good. Like, I'm seeing what I want to see. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the heavier search bait. I'm gonna blaze one by that fish. Maybe it's a speed thing. Hit him with something a little faster. Maybe he will do something. Good news is, on our random spot, there's clearly walleyes here. I know they're not bass, or I would have caught them already. Gotta pull the old crusty crawler off this thing. All right, you guys are still sitting there, huh? Just way out there off the edge. Those are normally the bitier fish. I just landed 90 out. Oh, they just did not want to move.
Heading to Webster, South Dakota at the end of the month. Want to avoid trolling. You think jigging or slip bobbers? I'd say slip bobbers.
Yeah, both. Fish out there, normally you can catch them a bunch of different ways. I was out there, I filmed there once. You weren't there, Mitch. I filmed there once in April.
Oh. You talking this season?
Yeah. I don't know what the heck you were doing, but I was out there and it was as windy as it always is.
How far south have you fished?
Ohio. That was deflating, Mitchell. I had a bunch of fish off the edge and they just would not go. Like right where you'd anticipate the big ones sitting is where they were sitting. There was just nothing I could do.
How to deal with floating weeds while basin trolling.
Say that one more time.
Floating weeds while trolling or basin trolling.
Yeah, floating weeds suck. I'll do this thing if I'm fishing like a water that's got a lot of random crap in it. I'll put a three-way up above my bait on between the main line, almost like to connect my leader. I'll do it with a three-way. I have then at least like the three-way will collect up a lot of that junk.
We're headed to Hayward the first week of July and we rented a boat from Deerfoot. What would you do with that setup?
Get out there, find some shallow weeds and or stumps and fire away.
Have you thrown a paddle tail at them today?
I have not yet. I do got a plastic rod rigged up that caught a fish right away, then I couldn't get bit on it again.
Have you done any fishing in North Dakota? Yes, for sure.
Yep.
Where else besides Devils? We've been to
Sakakawea. I fished a couple smaller lakes out there before. That was a depressing pod. It was just, they literally wouldn't go. Didn't seem to matter too much what I put on them. Lots of bait though. Plenty of fish there, Mitchell. Nothing that wanted to bite. If you guys are just tuning in, we do have some crazy, weird June conditions going on. It's seemingly having somewhat of an effect on some fish. It's the
when
tail
you're
end of all
trolling
these
cranks, do you use terminal tackle? I assume you still use a barrel swivel or ball bearing swivel?
on terminal tackle.
Yeah, trolling cranks.
Oh, yeah. If you're trolling a bait that's like real whippy or something, like has the potential to like tangle in the line, it's not a bad idea to put the swivel on, you know, and then a long lead back to the bait or something like that. But
What do you like doing to get a break from the fishing grind? Tom doesn't have any hobbies.
What's that?
You don't have any hobbies.
Not really. It's a sad, lonely life I live.
He does.
No, I mean,
he's a pretty boring guy.
In like, there's always that nice window where I kind of got into some bow hunting in kind of like the November, about that time of year where you start getting out of a boat, getting ready for ice fishing, spend a little time in the woods. Well, really, I don't have many hobbies. Grilling a little food, throwing a ball for my dogs, maybe, I don't know.
Winnie, what would you start with in the fall?
Oh, jig.
Old jig and minnow. You ever cast and retrieve a spinner rig, or is search bait about the same thing?
Search bait's same thing. It's just a lot more efficient. Man, it's been a while since I've seen fish this unbitey. There being some real little rascals for us tonight, as we kind of anticipated, I guess. Back to the jerk bait. I'm gonna try. Ooh, did not like that cast.
Do you use a bait tamer for your live bait?
I do not.
Would you ever have a contest and take the winner out for a day?
We've always talked about doing it.
Yeah.
Man, dude, I got that jerkbait above them, and they literally just left. It's not the attitude we need out of you guys. Oh, here he comes. Come on, do it. Problem is, I'm in all that bait. Back to a drop shot, Mitchell. It's getting out of control up here.
Have you ever been to Alberta or Saskatchewan, Canada?
I have not.
Nope. Sounds like walleye fishing is ridiculous though. Mitch, do you do any guiding? I do. When I can. Are reservoir walleyes in Wyoming more difficult to catch than Minnesota lake walleyes, or do I just suck at it? Hard to answer that. We haven't been to any reservoirs in Wyoming.
Yeah, no, I've never fished there.
Early summer, natural lake, 2 days to get it done on new water. Leeches, crawlers, or plastics? I'm gonna say probably leeches right now.
Probably leeches this time of year, though. Plastics are always a good option. I think we're just gonna keep buzzing around and looking for fish that want to bite. Maybe they just are really shut down now. I don't know. Which
If you could only fish one body of water for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Something really big, so you wouldn't get bored. Maybe Lake Michigan.
I don't know what I would pick.
Lake Superior for the diversity and just craziness of it.
Yeah, actually Lake Superior, that's probably a pretty safe choice. That or the
has
triple
really
flowage.
slowed down.
Am I right?
What's that?
I said that or the triple flowage.
Yeah, definitely not. But for some of you real sickos out there,
How shallow is too shallow to target walleye in the summer?
it all depends on the lake. I mean, some lakes you catch them in 2 feet in the summer. Other lakes, they won't come shallower than 25 all summer. One thing we've learned about walleyes, though, over the years, I'd say, is that they will use a lot more shallow water than you'd think they would. Well, you guys, either one of two things is happening. They're just really, really shut down now. For yet another weird front has passed. Or they'll bite better on the next spot. Either way, we're gonna find out which it is on the next spot.
We moving?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Too many casts at too many fish to not catch one. Don't miss another live stream. Make sure you subscribe to Tom Boley's YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button again. You're gonna wanna go down there and turn your notifications on. Then you'll be notified each time we do a live stream fishing event. Then simply enjoy hours of live stream walleye fishing content.
Exactly what I saw the other day. Couldn't get a single
People in there. There we go. All right, spot number 4. We'll see if they're biting any better here. You guys are getting to see the real deal grind today, which we kind of figure this is gonna be a little bit how it was gonna go today, but that is fine.
Listen to that 2-stroke spit and sputter. Yeah, apparently you were not on mute.
No, I know I wasn't. I realized I forgot to turn it off.
Probably sounded like crazy wind noise.
It is a 4-stroke though.
Have you tried pulling spinners? I'm assuming he's probably referring to this evening. We have not.
Yeah, no, we have not tried trolling yet tonight.
Is there a difference in behavior of the walleyes in the shallow compared to the deeper walleyes in summer conditions?
Definitely.
Did you answer that?
Yeah, definitely. It's all day to day though. Nothing's ever like, oh yeah, they're always really bitey out deep.
Tom, how do you attack a 5,000 acre lake in the summer that has tons of structure?
Start doing a lot of driving around.
We kind of just filmed one of those breakdowns on the app, actually.
Yeah, we did.
Of that same situation. I have a Helix Gen 2 for side imaging. I'm looking at getting a Gen 4 for side imaging. Is there enough difference in spotting fish? Absolutely, there's enough to justify
that was
the
the
cost.
biggest difference.
Yep, huge difference. I would jump all over it. Even a Gen 3, actually. Gen 3 and 4 really didn't see a difference. Could probably get a sweet deal on a Gen 3. That's what I still use. I have one Gen 4 or 2, and then 2 3s. Pretty much the same. Tom, if you had 2 hours to catch a fish for a weekly tournament, what would you throw?
All depends. Don't throw anything I'm throwing right now because it's not working.
What's that?
Don't throw anything that I'm throwing right now though because it's not working. Man, are they some stingy guys tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens in a cold front.
We're really rifling through the presentations. Came up, followed, got all over it, did not bite for me.
Best way to get a hold of me for a guide trip. So, not Facebook, because I literally never use it. So, email me or call me.
All right, time to get it done. Enough playing around, you know.
It's actually like nice out now. It's like warmed up.
It is nice.
Shockingly, it's calm. It's like it's like a 180 from when we started.
Yeah, the weather's been absurd.
It's actually hard to believe that it's going to drop down so cold tonight with what it's doing right now. Could you elaborate on the different behaviors that you notice between the shallow summer walleye and the deep summer walleye?
Yeah, I mean, like a common one is you'll get fish up on structure that are just kind of like biting real finesse stuff. Like you might be catching them on a slip bobber or a leech or whatever. And you can't get them to touch something big and snappy. And then you'll go out over the basin, and those fish are out over the basin keyed on one thing. That's like chasing big summer bait. So you'll go out there, and all of a sudden you're fishing like 5-6 inch paddle tails with 3/4 ounce heads and catching them. And a lot of times those basin fish are the big ones. You also, when you're basin fishing, it is pretty typical to like go a long time between like interacting with a fish and then see one, and then all of a sudden it's like a real fast like boom boom and just crazy big ripping action. All of a sudden the fish bites and you're like, holy cow, that was out of control. We're getting our tail handed to us tonight, Mitchell, on these fish.
Yep. What are you casting right now?
I just casted a search bait, a drop shot, and then another drop shot.
Hand me the drop shot, please. I'm gonna try to take a couple pinpointed casts from the back here. Are blade baits effective in the summertime?
Yeah, I love them in dirty water. Love them in dirty water. Rip real hard in the summer.
You ever get over to the Bago system? If so, it'd be cool to see you do a video out there catching walleye.
I wanted to go there this week, and then there was a big tournament, and it was mega windy, and I was like, well, one of those wouldn't have been bad to deal with, but both of them wasn't gonna do it. Come on, fishy. Show us one that'll bite. Right on top of them.
Looks like they're all over it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we did it. We did it.
There we go. All right, I gotta take a cast at them.
Wow, wow, wow.
They're
we
still
really
there.
had
They'd
to
fly out of there.
grind for that one. We got him though. We really put in the extra effort there. The second effort got that fish for you guys. Oh, I broke my line. I was holding on to that in a real stupid way, but there we go. Search bait. That's the 5/8, the big one, which I do really enjoy fishing in that deeper depth. Are you on them, Mitchell?
I actually.
This is an all hands on deck situation now.
I didn't realize how close they are on live.
Yeah, I know. I jammed us in reverse, but
I kind of bombed it way out there, so I'll work through them here shortly.
Guy will work through them.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is probably maybe my favorite color search bait, which has been absolutely destroyed over the last week, catching a bunch of fish, filming that YouTube video. Still works flawlessly, and I tied direct right to it. You got some stuff going on there, Mitchell?
I just
couldn't even get him to acknowledge the drop. Try putting a different leech on there or something.
Is this leech pretty bad? I just need to make a cast right on him. Yeah, this leech is like really bad.
It's kind of shot.
Yeah, definitely not gonna catch fish.
So far, the search bait has been the most productive bait.
Actually, I take that back. This leech isn't that bad. I should catch it.
Not that bad?
No, it's not as bad as I thought when I pulled it out. All right, let's see here. Where are this thing?
All right, I'm back.
Tell me if I just dropped it on him. Nope.
I'm gonna go over your line. Oh
right,
my
hold
goodness,
on,
Mitchell.
hold on. You're getting crazy.
Look at this guy.
It's getting crazy.
You can't fish from the back of the boat.
There's not a chance
over
that
the
was
top
my
of
fault. Me. Here, let me.
How about you reel yours in?
That's what I'm trying to do. Not my fault that the fish.
You just cost me 3 bites right there.
Yeah, right.
Those ones were all gonna bite. I'm telling you.
What's the biggest walleye you've ever cut?
Cut?
I'm assuming it means filleted or caught. I don't know which one. What's the biggest buck I've shot?
Oh. 120?
No. Nothing like huge, because considering where we are, but like 150s 10-pointer.
Then I'm on trail cam all the time.
Yeah, you do. Oh, not what you've cut, but what you've got. Your biggest walleye. Tom said is 32.
32. Out of Lake Michigan.
What's any advice on shallow rivers this time of year?
I mean, rivers are one of those oddball kind of things where like just so many different things can work. A lot of guys pull crankbaits, but I mean, pulling live bait works really good. Or just drifting with current, pulling live bait. You could take blade bait, throw it at wing dams, get a ton of fish doing that. I like fishing that way a lot. Is there any shot the old slip bobber could get bit? Is there any shot the old slip bobber could get the job done out there?
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, if my thoughts are if can't catch one on a drop shot, it's not gonna happen on slip bobber.
Yeah, but sometimes you hang it way up above them and they'll do something.
Try it.
Is that the case? I don't know.
Guy said you were right. Can't find your channel. I think I realized this weird. So if you type in my name, the guy will come up as Mitch Bikes, a mountain biker.
Oh, you gotta compete with him?
No, I'm not competing with him. He smokes me. I think you have to like, you get like that message where it's like, did you mean such and such? And you have to like retype it in. Do you ever fish the state of Michigan?
I have a bunch. Surprisingly, I haven't been there in a while. Is someone attempting to do a loon call from their porch?
What's that?
Was that an attempted human loon call, I heard?
I don't know what that was.
It is a beautiful night, actually. I mean, the fish are not
That's what I mean. It's
good at all, but it is absolutely
really
gorgeous
changed.
out. First time.
You know what they say, Tom?
Good day or a bad day of fishing's better than a good day at work.
That's right.
I always say. They are coming up to the slip bobber. Easy to make them do that though, right? Oh, down. Got him on a slip bobber, baby. He came up and ate it.
Yeah, you were right.
All right. Well, so far, when you title these live videos, you're never really sure what to call them. It's a real nice fish too. Really nice fish. You're never really sure what to call them. And I called this one something go-to or early summer ultimate lures guide, and we dang near caught a fish on every one of those things. This is the nicest one of the night here.
Really?
Okay, I mean, it's a pretty nice one. On the old slip. Hard to beat those ones, huh?
Yeah.
It's a really nice fish.
24.
As the sun's going down. There we go. Isn't that strange though? So we fished 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. I guess we did catch 1 or 2 on the first spot, or maybe just 1. I think we caught 2 on the first spot. But, and then we fished that second spot where I caught like 3 right away. Couldn't get bit again, even though I saw a ton more. Fished that third spot, we didn't see anything. How bad's the glare? Is it better now, Mitchell? Look at that. And then here we've caught 2, and this one's a dandy. There we go. Look at the thickness on that guy, man. That is as good as it gets. We'll try to get you guys a cinematic. Put that fin up, buddy. Put that fin up. I can't get him to.
Nope.
We'll let him go. That's a real nice one, though. That is a nice one. On the old slip bobber right there. And the leech. I even got to keep my leech. Is there more out there, though?
How deep is the water?
Where I'm casting, it's 14. I got my slip bobber set down about 9 or 10 feet right now.
This guy says, I got a buddy up on Bowstring, Minnesota. Have you ever fished it?
I have fished bowstring. I don't think you've ever fished it with me, Mitch.
I don't think I have.
That neck of the woods has got so many good lakes, it's hard to even know where you want to start.
Well, we've been live for 2 hours and 25 minutes. Has there anybody been on here the whole time?
I'll bet some people have.
My guess would be 3 or 4.
It is a long time. We really don't know like how long we can do one of these. Oh, he's coming up. Oh, come on. Don't dart away from it like that. You got to go back and go get it. There you go. Come up to it. Come up to it. Eat it. Eat it. They're getting all froggy around it. Oh, no, I'm still up. Thought about it. Anybody watching from the beginning?
Yeah, it looks like, I mean,
A bunch?
like over 10.
Well, we thank you guys for watching this whole time. This whole live streaming thing is obviously, we're trying to make it kind of as cool as it can be, but I mean, it's kind of like anything else, you know. Is it cool to watch a football game the day after it happens? Probably not, right? I mean, like live sporting events or watching live anything's kind of the deal, right? So we kind of want to put as much effort into making this as good as possible, because it seems like a lot of you guys do really enjoy it. And they're honestly fun to do. This one's flying. Something's got to happen here.
So definitely quite a bit more people than I thought tuned in. People like the live stream. Would you guys like some live stream hunts? You're probably the first and only person that pulled that one off.
I mean, the obvious problem is like, man, I get bored while I'm hunting.
You get bored while you're hunting?
Yeah, dude. I mean, like if you're doing like an all-day sit.
I mean, for one, all-day sits are crazy anyways. But that's the thing is like,
Yeah, you just go live
be,
at primetime hour.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't go live for like 6 hours. It'd be literally, depending on how you're hunting. If you're trying to catch them coming back into a bed early in the morning, or coming out of it in the evening, just like that hour time slot.
I think these fish are kind of feeding a little bit, Mitchell. They're kind of darting around. But they're not eating leeches down there. They're eating other minnows. There's a bass jumping.
One comment: I left the landing when you guys went out.
Ooh.
Fishing lake across the road and experiencing the same fishing.
It's cool. Someone's watching us fish while fishing. Cool. The lake across the road in which you speak of was on fire yesterday and search baits in the weeds.
Opinion on the Minn Kota Quest series so far? Is the difference recognizable, justified for the price?
Mitch has the same motor, but not in a Quest series.
That's what, yeah.
He got on this thing yesterday, and he was like falling all over from driving.
Yeah, like
the
power is ridiculous. I would definitely say it's worth the price, even just the way it drops and comes up and everything. And like the normal Minn Kotas, you gotta like lock them in place, and it's so annoying. This one, you just put it down and it auto locks, and then the same thing when you pull it back up. It's definitely cool.
Gotta be kidding me. I follow that jerkbait up. Just had the perfect cast alignment too. Come on, buddy. Come up and do it. Oh, dude, I think he touched it. Man, it's really a testy bite this evening. Interesting, interesting. What do I want to throw? What do I want to throw? Stick with the jerkbait or switch? What do you guys think? I can get it done on the jerkbait. I'm bored of fishing like a drop shot. Can't do it anymore.
Tom, what do you know about the St. Croix flowage in Gordon?
I've never been there, so not much is what I know about it.
How's the new GPS system compared to like original or a 2021 model?
New GPS system. Meaning?
I'm assuming he's referring to
This
new
one's
graph.
flying. What the heck is it though, dude? No way did I just catch one on camera.
There we go.
Big old crop. Dizzle.
We had a comment in there too. Somebody wants to see a crappie video.
There you go. This is it. This is your crappie
Literally
video.
said, I would like to see more crappie fishing. I enjoy when you used to do a lot of that in spring. There it is.
There it is. So I used to fish for a lot more of everything. Let me know if you guys like want to see it go back to that. But ever since we came out with the app, it's been like there's so much to film. Is that cut out?
No, somebody's.
Oh. Ever since we came out with the Walleye Now app, it's been like just all hands on deck walleyes every day, everywhere. Not to say it absolutely has to be that way, but it's obviously my favorite thing to fish for too. I like doing it more than anything else. I kept telling Mitchell I've been catching crappies on jerkbaits out here. I don't even know if he believed me for a while. Moving up. What do you got going on back there, Mitchell? I hear you saying something.
What's that?
It does seem like the fish are slowly starting to move a little bit deeper, even though the water hasn't really warmed up much over the last couple weeks.
You had a question on what jerkbait that is.
This is a deep shadow wrap. There's a couple little rascals down in there. Oh, that's the kind of mark I like though, right out here. Where'd he go? Right there. That's the kind of mark I like. Should I hit him with jerkbait? See if he'll come way up on for me.
Do you ever use the Rapala countdowns?
I have not for walleyes really, actually. Come on, see it? Oh, is he coming? I think he's coming. Oh yeah, he's flying. Eat it, dude, come on. He just couldn't do it for me.
Tom, we have a request that you say go Oilers.
Go Oilers! Love my Oilers. I get all sorts of requests. We'll try to go back to the search bait here.
we currently have 400 viewers.
Nice. Nice little Sunday night experience. See if I can catch this one for all 402 of you.
We are in Wisconsin tonight. Is there a place for monoline anymore?
Oh no, dude, he did it. He did it, and I didn't get him. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. That was a good fish.
There's a few good ones.
Yeah, I just don't even know what happened there. That one stung a little because that was definitely a nicer fish. Oh, Mitchell, that one stung. It's all right. There's more big search bait eaters way out there off the edge.
But yeah, anyways, on the monoline thing, there's a place for it. I think using big heavy glide baits.
Sometimes, if you're not sharpshooting, I prefer braid for sharpshooting.
Oh, so that's funny. Because I always preferred braid for that. I just like how you don't have to like crack it as hard. But anything else, I don't really, not thinking of where I'd go mono over braid. Have Tom say da bears. That's right. Let's hear it, Tom.
Say
Come on,
what?
give me your best da bears. You didn't hear me?
I guess I didn't hear you.
Why not use hair jigs just before dark?
I just have not had a lot of luck on this, like real snappy jigs on this lake for whatever reason. They're clearly like just kind of really lethargic right now. That one followed, but didn't do it. We got to get at least one more for the folks at home, Mitchell. At least one more for the folks at home. It's going to happen right here on the slip bobber too. Just got to wait him out. Yep, he's coming up for it. Need you guys to eat it though. Looking at it doesn't get any of us anywhere. You believe that, Mitchell? Are you watching the graph?
No, I can't see it right now.
Just a
Yeah, that's a ton of fish right there.
They'll keep coming up and looking.
No bites though, huh?
Are you gonna try your hand at it here?
What's that?
Are you gonna give it your all here?
Yeah, well, might as well close out catching the 33-inch walleye.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Can you imagine if that happened?
Oh, that'd be nuts on live. Oh, Mitchell, give me my search bait.
There's a huge, big old fat leech right there. Look at that.
They don't fish on
They don't bite that. Any advice for fishing a lake that shuts down right at sunset? Not sure where they go.
Sometimes just really high in the water column, honestly. We're on a lake right now where we're sitting on a ton of them at sundown and hardly getting any of them to bite. We're gonna do it though. We're gonna get a nice big fatty.
Where are they, Captain?
Where aren't they?
Why are there 4 or 5 boats here? They're just 10 feet away from each other. You see that?
Yeah.
Should we go over there?
Absolutely not.
Just say what's up.
Say what's up to those folks.
Hey folks, hope you're having a good day today.
You guys on any fish over here?
Just wanted to come and say hi.
Don't chase it like that if you're not gonna bite it. Throw one right off the bow here, Mitchell.
What's that?
Throw one right out here about.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to
I mean, they're
point me in the right direction. We're at
everywhere.
everywhere, literally. How many feet?
Seemingly.
All right, whatever. I'm just going for it. That was way too short.
Oh, there's some right there.
Is there actually?
Yeah.
We shall see.
Question would be more, can you get them to bite right there? Yeah, they are all over right there.
Are they?
Yep. One's got to bite something. Really stings a little bit that I missed that one on that search bait just a minute ago. It stings a little bit. No idea how I missed them. All right, we're gonna go jerk bait until I get it done. That is one thing they actually seem to be moving a little bit on. Problem is they're getting pretty deep.
Do either of you have any type of superstitious thing y'all do before fishing or hunting?
I do not.
I do not either, actually.
Oh, flying on me. He's gonna kill it. Dude, how? How does he come up that far and not do it? That was incredible. I mean, that took a lot of thought on that fish's part to not bite that bait.
Tom, in a recent video, you start off mentioning having to call the sheriff and a sunken boat. Did you?
I don't remember that, but
Oh, I don't either.
yeah, I don't remember that at all. Maybe it was something insignificant though that I didn't think was that important.
I wonder how many people watching this stream don't realize there's a live chat. Because I can pull it up on my phone right now and I don't see a chat. So there must be it's got to be some way to open it.
We're gonna get one, Mitchell. Don't worry.
What's that?
We're gonna get one.
Who said I was worried?
I know you're sweating it back there.
Just ready for some Subway. No,
Are you actually gonna get the old tuna sandwich?
No, I'm probably not gonna go. Gonna go home and cook shepherd's pie.
What's that?
What's that?
What's that?
Look it up.
Oh, I ain't got time right now to look it up.
Elk shepherd pie is like some of the best stuff.
What are you cooking? Venison shepherd's pie then?
What's that?
What are you cooking then? Venison shepherd's pie?
No, just beef.
More fish back behind me than there is here. How long have we been streaming for?
2 hours and 46 minutes.
Under all the pressure, it seems like 9 hours up here.
It does seem like
No, it
it's
doesn't
been
seem
a
bad.
long
It's just
one
been
tonight.
slower fishing this one.
I'm sick of watching it, Tom.
Are you going to get in on the fishing for this last fish, Mitchell?
What's that?
Are you going to get up here and get in on the fishing for this
Maybe.
last fish?
If you can find them.
We're not going to have to go far. They're all going to be right here on the tail of this little flat. It's kind of a big weed flat here, and there's one like little elongated flat that comes off the edge of it. And just like these ones right here, there's a bunch of them sitting out here. Those ones were just flying though. What are the comments? How's our computer battery life doing? That's the other thing we were testing.
It's looking like 50%.
Nice, that ain't bad. There's one out here deeper, way off the edge.
Please advise the public of necessity for boat lighting. No, we don't have Starlink on the boat right now.
We've talked about it.
Not a chance. I want to grab it off my garage to bring it out here.
If I asked you to real nice though.
No, still wouldn't do it. Alright, if you had to choose between upgrading your fish finder or getting a good trolling motor to catch walleye, what would you choose?
Fish finder or trolling motor?
Yep.
Fish finder.
Yeah, I agree. Even if you didn't have spot lock, you could still manage to
Yeah.
fish and stay on them, but
Wow, dude, they're just following. We got to make it happen, Mitchell. We're running out of real estate. I need one more good one. I just won't sleep tonight if we don't get it.
I'll sleep just fine.
You're not going to have any issue?
No.
There's my shot.
Yeah, let's fish her. Ooh,
I honestly think I might have broke the cardinal rule and tangled my search bait though.
too far. Let's see here. No, not enough though. Dang it. I gotta get out of your way. Dang it. That was a bad cast. How many feet? I can't see right now.
80, 90.
So, yeah, basically unattainable.
still just following me. You are on some fish.
Am I? Cool.
Get them for me, Mitchell.
I'm gonna try.
We need all the assistance we can get.
Giving it my best.
Man, the amount of fish and the lack of bites is impressive tonight.
Yeah, this front definitely has them.
Definitely jostled them up. We're gonna get that last fish though. Even if we got to stream till 6 a.m. There's got to be one just tucked up shallow. Oh, I thought you were about to swing. I got all excited. Mitch has the laziest hook set ever.
What are you talking about?
I feel like when you set the hook, you're like, there's one. Like your body moves more than the rod.
That is completely made up.
I don't think so.
That is the most made up thing I've ever
And then when you fight them, you get every ounce of enjoyment out of them. You're like fighting them like this.
Yeah, and why horse it?
Oh,
They're rushed to get it back
that's a
to
good
the boat.
point, I guess. Why horse them? Starting to get a lot.
Ever consider joining and filming some tournaments or doing a tour like the NWT?
I thought about it, like I always say in every live chat, because the question always comes up. I feel like one day I'll just, something will happen, I'll just start fishing every one, because I'll want to just, I don't know. But right now I have no desire to really fish a tournament or anything. There he is. There's our fish.
How far?
I got a really good cast here, I think. All over me. Man, dude. It is pulling teeth to get bites. How's your drop shot feeling?
Feels good. No bites though. Alright, Tom, what options do I need on my fish finder to locate fish effectively that will work good on my future trolling motor?
Side imaging.
I
Get the
agree.
best, like if you just want the most budget friendly, best side imaging you can get. Helix 9 Gen 4 Mega SI is what you're after. Later on, if you get a Minn Kota trolling motor, you can connect it to the trolling motor. You can also like keep piecing things together. You can get it, you know, eventually down the road you can get a live deucer if you want and run that into there. So it's kind of a one network, the one boat system as they call it.
We're losing light fast there.
I know, it's just not going to happen.
It might not.
Man, for all the fish that there is to cast at there, I got what, 3 bites out of it. Got one nice one, one average one, and lost one. So it goes. What did we catch in this stream? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 fish.
For the night?
Yeah. Caught 2 on that first spot, plus a bass, and then I think I caught 3.
Second spot we
second
caught
spot?
4 or 5.
Oh, I don't know if we caught that many.
I mean, you for sure caught 3. I caught 1 there. Yeah, probably 8, 9 fish, something like that.
All right, I'm gonna do a high-speed pass going this way. If I don't see something I like, we're done. if I do see something I like and I don't catch it, we're still probably gonna have to be done. But there's still hope. I'll be excited when all this bug hatch gets out of the water. What do we got for questions, Mitchell, on my last big pass here?
I think the last one is how many times you smack your boat with your rod while running a jerk bait in one outing.
A lot. Surprising I've never broke a rod doing that, though.
No, how many times you smack your boat was the question.
With my rod?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like that. I think is what he was referencing.
Yep.
They're definitely, since like last week when we were out here, they've definitely moved out deeper. Fish are overall deeper than they were. Which is kind of the first sign to tell you that basin bites are coming, baby. My favorite part about basin bites is that you get the whole lake to yourself, because most people do not basin fish. So like, while everybody's sitting on all the rock humps, you kind of got the whole middle of the lake to yourself. That was always kind of my favorite thing about it. And it's like all the big fish isolate themselves way off structure. That was a mountainous cast.
Why is your rod tip so low to the water?
That I don't know. This is just how I fish jerk baits. Generally, kind of want it to go as deep as it can go.
Here's a comment that says, let Tom know that I'm glad to see he's living his dreams fishing. All those days showing up late to class in high school paid off.
You're damn right they did. I was actually a pretty good student overall until I realized that college was just not. I just didn't want to do anything with it.
Naturally dumb anyways. What is Tom constantly steering on the front of his boat? That would be his
My
live.
trolling motor.
No, with your hand, I'm assuming.
What's that?
With your hand, I'm assuming the
Yeah.
live. Yeah. And trolling motor, whatever. Both are the right answer.
No, I'm staring at my Mega Live. Doing that computer game fishing.
When was the point when you decided to put down guiding and go full-time YouTube?
The second I thought there was a glimmer of hope I could do it.
What is the best mono?
That I don't know. I don't think there's like a huge difference in different kinds of mono.
So either. You got a few minutes left. We're getting pretty low light on
Yeah,
this
I know.
camera.
I mean, I think we're pretty much tapped out, honestly. I think we just failed miserably on catching that last fish. Not for lack of effort, but not seeing any high enough for the jerkbait, and not a whole lot of chasing going on. Is it time? Time for tuna fish time for Mitch? Never seen such a big smile on the guy's face than knowing it's
I said I'm not going there.
30 minutes from tuna fish time. But I appreciate you guys watching this. We don't just always want to show, the best day of fishing over and over. I mean, that's not the goal at all. The goal with these lives is just to kind of, obviously in real time, take you guys along with us, show you guys what we're doing, and just kind of have a swell time together. Overall for fishing for a couple hours, caught 7 or 8 fish or 9 fish or whatever the heck we caught. Not terrible, but obviously compared to what the graph looks like, could have been better fishing. But this whole last week has been just nasty weather of front after front after front. This is finally the last day of it, where it's now going to get really cold tonight, flat calm tomorrow, and it's just all the clouds just left, and it's another big barometer swing happening right now. So these kind of weeks are generally a little bit grindy. We did film some good content this week, which we're excited to show you guys. But I appreciate more than anything you guys tuning in on a Sunday night. watching us do some fishing. So
Got an ad in 10 seconds, so.
all right, well, I appreciate you guys coming on. I got to sign off. Thank you guys for making my job possible. We'll see you guys on the next one.